1, 2, 3. Give us a spray out. Air freshener. Not air freshener, throat wash. There we go. There we go. Hello and welcome to the United Stand. It is our Manchester United v West Ham watch along. First things first, what do I want to do? What do you want to do, Mark? You're ready to go, but before you go, let's get the live comments box up and running. It is up and running. Right, team news or rant? I think I owe it to myself to be 100% honest and rant first of all. What a day! I've been absolutely looking forward to this all day because I just cannot believe the absolute mess this club is in. There's four things. I'm going to talk about the team lineup. We've got 45 minutes till kick off, and I'm going to kick off from slippers, and I'm going to fly into this. There's four reasons. There's four things to talk about. There's four big things to talk about, right? First of all, Renato Sanchez, right? He was pretty much, I wouldn't say a deal done, but he was pretty much nearly bought in January. Manchester United have sent scouts there for virtually every single game this year for Benfica. That's official. They can't lie about that. And then, obviously, Bayern Munich decide they want to buy him, and within 2 days, it is done. Manchester Evening News, in the last hour, have said that Louis van Gaal is the one who's pulled this deal. Like he did for Pedro, like he did for Otamendi, and people can say, oh, that's all right. What really annoys me is the top Reds again coming out and going, well, I don't even believe we were after Sanchez. Until somebody can show me a link that we were after him, then I'm not going to believe we were after him. Because that's how it works, doesn't it? That's how it works. The club always broadcast who they're going after. Have no doubts we were after Renato Sanchez, 18 years of age, box-to-box midfielder, and one of the top young talents in world football. It ticks every single box of what Louis van Gaal says he's all about. The reality is, whether he's pulled it, whether Sanchez has snubbed us, which I'll come to in a moment, which is really dangerous, whether he's just decided I prefer Bayern Munich to Manchester United, or whether he's also decided I don't want to play for Louis van Gaal. There's four options there. You can take your pick out of any. Or there's the fifth one that we were never interested, which is absolute rubbish. The reality is, he either doesn't want to play for Louis van Gaal, totally understand that. He either doesn't want to, he's either picked Bayern Munich over Manchester United, which if he's done that, just shows how badly we're being run. Because you could sort of understand him doing that, although I think that's pitiful. But you can. That's only because of how badly we're being run. Third option is that we've just decided we don't want him anymore, which is Van Gaal, ridiculous. Which leads me to suspect, as I've been saying for a few days now, that he's staying. Or the fourth option is the deal's been pulled by his agent. Now this is what I've said at lunchtime, and I'm going to stand. This is where I'm going. I've tweeted this out so much over the last month. I also did an article at the weekend that I think Manchester United are snubbing Mourinho, and it all suddenly fits into play now. How coincidental it is that the weekend, Manchester City on Sunday totally mess up top four, and Van Gaal, as I said, will be staying now because they won't want to lose money. Within 2 days of that, George Mendes, agent to Jose Mourinho, sells the player we're after to Bayern Munich. For me, that 100% says Jose Mourinho is not coming to Manchester United. We've snubbed him for the second time. We're standing by Van Gaal. And George Mendes, quite rightly, has gone up yours. I said Sanchez would not come to Manchester United if we weren't getting Mourinho. It's so obvious. And people are like, oh no, we've been scouting him all year. It will happen. It will happen. No way. His agent is Jose Mourinho's agent. He's not going to let his major client, Mourinho, get screwed over by us again and then give us his best youth talent. No way. It was never going to happen. The terrifyingly horrible thing is that this Sanchez thing you can deal with. You lose players, especially if you've got manager Ed Woodward as your chief executive. It could be a miracle if he actually signed anybody, but you do miss out on players. But Renato Sanchez, it's not really Renato Sanchez we're talking about. It's the fact that this means we're going to stick with Van Gaal, which makes me sick to my absolute stomach. It really does. We're just not getting Mourinho now, unless tonight we lose and we go to him begging. But I think they've just gone. And snubbed him, and this is what's going to happen. But you can believe that, or you cannot believe it. But the reality is, do you want to know who else is a client of George Mendes? David De Gea. If you think David De Gea is staying this summer as well, I think you're a mug. I think if we've snubbed Mourinho, bye David. I mean, it's gone beyond a joke. It's absolute sabotage. We'll win tonight. I don't even need to come out with an answer to, oh, you want Manchester United to lose tonight. I've never said that. I do not want that to happen. It doesn't matter anyway. We will win tonight. 100% we are going to win this game tonight. We will beat Bournemouth on Saturday and we will get fourth place and we will keep Louis van Gaal. But what I would like to say, and I'll throw it to all you lot, if I don't think we'll finish higher than 6th next year. I just can't see it. As I said on Sunday night, I cannot see how we will finish above 6th. But I've had my little rant about Sanchez. We will come on to your comments now, if there are anything that anybody wants to say. Ash Akshat says, I hate Van Gaal, I want him out, but I did not want Renato at Man United. I think we have a much better player in Fosu Mensah. Interesting, we probably do have a better player in Fosu Mensah, not even on the bench tonight. Same with Dembele last season. Well, under Woodward, we've had Fabregas, Ramos. Apparently, he's after Neymar again now. I mean, he's just mugging us. I think they really think Manchester United fans are thick. Oh, we've fucked up with Sanchez. Say we're after Neymar. Do that for the next 3 months, and people will think we're after him. I mean, yeah, that'll sell season tickets. I mean, they really do think we're stupid. 7:45 is the kickoff. Jer Cleary says, I want United to lose tonight and in the cup final. 7th next year, says Stuart Marson. No, I don't think we are certain to win today, says Sandy Ronaldo. Martial's fit, so I think that's massive. I'm coming to the lineup now. Let's do the lineup, because actually, if I'm totally honest with you, this lineup is the lineup I would have been playing for most of the season, and it absolutely makes me laugh that we're waiting now for our biggest game of the season to do it. And it's almost like they're all conning us. I think the players have a responsibility, and obviously the manager. They're conning us now. It's like trying to make us forget that the Champions League... Like Paul Scholes said some really good comments today. Don't listen to Goldbridge, because I know some of you don't like what I have to say anyway, so I'll use the best player Manchester United have had in the last 30 years. Paul Scholes said today, it's like things are being forgotten. It's like we're forgetting that the Champions League group was the easiest group of the lot and he messed it up. We're forgetting that this league has been really, really poor and we've messed it up. Because we're thinking the players are really good because they've started playing well the last couple of weeks when there's no pressure on. There's no pressure for fourth. Paul Scholes said there's no pressure going for fourth like there is going for a league title. And also add into that, you've got players who are playing for contracts, players who are playing to go to the Euros, and players who want to play in cup finals. Is it a surprise they're suddenly starting to play well? But the lineup anyway. De Gea in goal, obviously. Valencia at right back, we knew that had happened. Smalling and Blind, centre backs, we knew that happened. Rojo at left back, unfortunately, didn't want it to happen. Obviously, Darmian's injured. Borthwick Jackson should play. Rojo's an accident to waiting to happen. It's already happened against Leicester. Are we going to lose fourth place because of him? He's a weakness. The midfield, I like it. I like it a lot. Ander Herrera, Morgan Schneiderlin, Wayne Rooney. You can't know much about that. I think Rooney will play centre midfield with Schneiderlin. I'd rather he was number 10 and Herrera centre midfield, but I'm happy with that midfield. And then Mata on the right, Rashford up front and Martial on the left. I'm happy with that. I don't normally like Mata on the right, but he played well in the second half against Norwich. He scored the goal, the one chance we had, and he linked up well with Herrera, so I would have played him. The bench, no Ashley Young there again, no Fosu Mensah there, no Pereira there. You've got Memphis, Januzaj, Lingard, Carrick, Phil Jones, Borthwick Jackson, and Romero. So, you know, I'm really happy with the starting lineup. I'm not going to lie about that. I totally agree with what somebody said about Fosu Mensah potentially being better than Renato Sanchez, not even on our bench. And for those people who want to say about Van Gaal, oh, he's brilliant with the youth. I read something today as well. Varela, he screwed him off. Wilson screwed him off. Borthwick Jackson screwed him off. Fosu Mensah screwed him off. Pereira screwed him off. You know, Rashford, who he didn't even find Rashford. He had to play Rashford because there was no fit striker other than the tea lady. So let's just be honest. I want Manchester United to win. I want them to win on Saturday. On Sunday, they will win. We will get fourth place. They should then sack this fraud because it's been a horrible season. I could list off so many bad reasons to get rid of him, but we're going to keep him. And that sickens me to the bottom of my stomach, and I'm not going to lie about that. But this is a big game tonight. It is a big game. Predictions, I think we might beat them 3 or 4-1. Look like they were at the weekend. I really think we can get at them. I think they've. The thing is, if West Ham had beaten Swansea, they would have been having a playoff with us tonight for fourth place, because if they beat us, they would have gone ahead of us. They can't do that now, but I think it would be a good game. It's their last game, if you've never heard it. It's the last game at Upton Park, so that's breaking news. But I think they'll have a go. I think they've got to have a go, and I think that'll play into our hands, because the one thing we are under Louis van Gaal is defensive to the nth degree, but the one thing we have got that we didn't have on Saturday is pace with Rashford and Martial up front, and they will, I think, tear West Ham's defence apart, because I don't think West Ham's defence is that good. Their goalkeeper is always also missing. Lynn Hall, great with the kids, and no Fosu Mensah are even on the bench tonight. Pathetic. Don't tell me Louis van Gaal's great with the kids. 2-1 United tonight. What I would say is Manchester United is really enjoy these next 3 games. That's what I'm going to plan to do. I think we're going to win all 3, which will mean 4th place and an FA Cup, and we should really, really, really enjoy them, because next season is going to be a living hell. And I'm not not overreacting, it's going to be. You could sign Messi, Ronaldo, Suarez, whoever. You could sign the world's best 11 and we would still struggle to score goals, play negative football, play side to side, and be at the bottom of the table for chances created. Because that's what we've done for the last season with £200 million spent, and that is what will continue to happen. Orange Hat 1 says Fosu Mensah is injured. Well, maybe he is, but that's fair enough. Marshall should not do the pre-match warm-up, pre-match training, says Deutsche Football Master. I always thought Martial would play. I really thought he would come back. I think we are a bit of a one-man team when it comes to that. Phil Jones being on the bench, I mean, he's a liability, but we need to sack him off. Gungshi, I don't think he deserves the credit for youth. I don't think he does as well. If we stick with Lou Van Gaal, the board have gone mad. We've gone mad. We have gone mad. I think there's so many indications today. I was talking about it before. I'll whiz through the team again for those who are joining us. I think Zara's just about to join us as well, which is perfect timing. Hello, Zara. Be very quiet. Yeah. I've got you up on the screen now anyway, so you can say hello to everybody. You're instantly live. Can you make your camera a bit high, because all we can see is your eyes? That's it. Yeah, perfect. Have you seen the lineup? Okay, well, how about I read it out, because there'll be some people who will have joined as well. Fosu Mensah in goal. De Gea in goal. Valencia right back. Smalling, Blind. Rojo left back. Herrera, Schneiderlin and Rooney as the midfield. Mata on the right. Martial is playing on the left. And Rashford up front. Thoughts on that? Okay. Apparently we're struggling with your sound for some reason. I don't know why. It should be working. See if I can mess around with it a bit. Yeah, I'm happy with the lineup. We're just talking about other things. I'm not happy with with what's going on with the club in general. But can't hear Zara. Loads of people are saying that. I don't understand why that is, because I have got you. Yeah, let me have a look if I've got my settings all set up, because that could well be the problem. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think I know what it is. Okay, start talking, Zara, and we'll see if anyone can hear you this time.
Okay, can anyone hear me now?
So talk to me about Martial, and are you happy that he's playing?
Well, I'm not happy that Martial's playing, purely just because that I don't want him to be. I just don't want him to be injured. Are they saying they can't hear me still?
I think they can. I think the delay. I think there's probably a slight delay. Just
right.
Messages if you can hear Zara now when she's talking. Go on, carry on.
Oh, kickoff delayed to 8:30.
You're joking.
No, it's kickoff is delayed to 8:30 p.m.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I can't speak for an hour and a bastard half. Every time this happens, I get fucking fed up of fucking football.
Yeah.
Oh, super. Well, hopefully, if you can, well, at least you can hear Zara now. Good, because you've got her for the next hour and a half. Fucking hell.
What do you mean? Are you leaving me?
I'm off. Screw this.
No, you're not.
8:30 p.m. kickoff. If someone wants to tell us why that is, brilliant. And a late night, 45 minutes. I wanted to be in bed by 10 o'clock with a glass of cocoa, and now I'm going to have to stay up.
A glass of cocoa?
Fine. Okay, right. How are we going to do this? Okay.
They'll just keep chatting.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what we can talk about. Well, I'll go back to... let's go back to disgruntled bloggers not happy with my language. Apologies for that. Delayed because the West Ham supporters are delaying the United coach getting into the ground. Scum. Subhuman scum. But that's what you get from Southerners. Mark, don't ever delete my comments because you just swore, says Jimmy. Kickoff is delayed till 8:30. Mark, start your rant. Okay. Take two, let's go for it. Okay, Zara, I don't know where you've been today. I don't know whether you've been stuck at university or whatever. But the reality is, Renato Sanchez is a player that I like a lot. 18 years of age from Benfica, box-to-box midfielder. Going to be one of the best midfielders in world football, I think. Manchester United heavily linked to him since January. Scouts going out there to every game for the last 3 months. And then today, at 11 o'clock, roughly 11 o'clock, they bought Max Hummels as well. Bayern Munich by Renato Sanchez. Renato Sanchez, agent George Mendes. Mourinho's agent, George Mendes. David De Gea, agent George Mendes. Sunday, Man City basically hand us fourth place on a plate. 2 days later, Jose Mourinho's agent is selling his best asset, who was meant to be coming to Manchester United, to Bayern Munich. For me, 100%, that means we're not getting Mourinho. Over to you, Zara.
I completely agree. We're not getting Mourinho. We just need to get that out of our heads now entirely, purely because the fact that it's completely obvious. If you have Sanchez that's supposedly come to United and now he's gone to Bayern, it's like, it's the same agent as Mourinho. That agent is going to do what's best for Mourinho as well and have that on his conscience. So if Mourinho ever was coming to United, then George Mendes would do it as a whole package, telling those two to go to Manchester United together. It'd be common sense. And now that that's not happening, it's definitely out of the water. It's just ridiculous. I mean, the board have so much explaining to do for the mess they've created this season. The board should have just got rid of Louis van Gaal to begin with entirely in December, and then we wouldn't be in this situation that we are now. If that happened, that Louis van Gaal went in December, we could have had Mourinho, we could have had Renato Sanchez, we could have had Hummels. Hummels has been spoke about for God knows how long, and it's been a rumour throughout, I don't know how many, I think it's past 2 summers now, it's been a rumour about Hummels coming to United. I mean, I think Hummels is a fantastic player and I would have loved him to see at United, but it's just completely out of the water now. I mean, having Bayern sign them, that just shows how terrible our board and manager are entirely. When we're meant to be one of the best clubs out there, we've won so many trophies and everything, we've had so much success, yet now big names aren't going to want to come to our club because LVG is tainting the name of Manchester United.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Bergie Berg, I'm going to go to a lot of your comments over the next hour because we've got some space to fill. But I'm glad in a way because I really wanted to do a reaction video to this at lunchtime, but I held back because I knew we had an important game. And at least now we can drill into this as fans. Bergie Berg says, looking for a conspiracy where there may not be one, Mark. Sanchez preferred Bayern, simple, nothing to do with Mourinho. I know there's people saying that, and to those people, I think, whatever you're smoking, you need to cut back a bit. I mean, this is not rocket science. This is not conspiracies. It's simple facts. Sanchez has been linked to Manchester United for 3 months, and people start coming out and going, oh, the UK press don't know anything. We probably were never in for him. Why are you defending this club that's got a horrific record of transfers? Why are you defending this absolute negative knobhead as a manager? The reality is very simple. Sanchez's agent is George Mendes. Mourinho's agent is George Mendes. If we were getting Mourinho and we were interested in Sanchez, there's no way that deal would happen now. He would at least stall for time to wait for Mourinho to get the job, to let him have a look at the squad and see what he wants to do. The fact that he's let him go to Bayern Munich is 100% no Mourinho. We've got Van Gaal. And the sad thing is that regardless of whether we win tonight, and we better bloody win tonight because we're stuck with Van Gaal either way, I think now. We better get fourth place because at least that's some positive. But we are keeping Van Gaal. I did the show on Sunday, did the article on Sunday on the website, and it's been proved right. And you can say I'm wrong, and I would love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong. I would love Mourinho to come into Manchester United in June, like so many people are professing. But it's not going to happen. And your Damarcio or whatever his name is, who said in February or March that Mourinho's coming to Manchester. What a crock of you-know-what. Never in a million years. Do you want to know why? Because what if we'd gone on a 15-game winning streak and we'd won every game 10-0 and we were playing better than bloody Barcelona? You wouldn't sack Van Gaal then. I wouldn't want to sack Van Gaal then. So how was a deal done for Mourinho in March? It makes no sense. It wasn't done. There's maybe been talks, but I tell you what, Marzio comes out again today. Manchester United were never interested in Sanchez. Absolute rubbish. I don't believe it. I don't believe any press. So you can say I'm listening to the UK press or not. I don't. I see what's going on, and I make my mind up. I don't pretend to have a source. I don't pretend to have people telling me. I think it's just bloody common sense. And I'll throw it over to you, a budding journalist of the future, Zara, to give your thoughts.
Oh, well, you've certainly lost it on this information, but I've lost it as well. Like, I read that today, and now it's just shocking, everything that's going on. And people are saying, well, what if it's just Sanchez that just wanted to go to Bayern? Well, to be honest, fair enough, that could be another possibility. Because when you actually think about it, if you were Sanchez and you thought to yourself, oh, well, I've got the choice of United or Bayern, United isn't up there anymore, and people need to realise that. We actually aren't up there. We're not in our Fergie days. We're not so successful. Fair enough, we may be lucky, we may win some matches, but we're boring. And that's the reality of it all. We play so much boring football that it's just so unfortunate for us. It's horrible being a United fan now, but you will still stick with United till the day you die, because that's what our fans do. We're not like City supporters who will just swan off to a different club, but when we lose, we constantly have a love for our club and we constantly want to improve all the time. But we can't improve when people like the people on our board are letting people slip out of our hands. Mourinho's the best available manager now, and if we don't have him, then I'd say we're going to struggle next year when LVG goes, because who is there going to be then? Do you know any managers that are going to be available then, Mark?
Well, you get all these. I'm not going to slag them off because I love the Manchester United family, as everybody knows. But there was somebody today saying that Sir Alex Ferguson had lunch with Pochettino, and everyone's like, oh yeah, let's get all excited. And I just think, why do you mug yourselves off? Why do we turn into Arsenal? He signed a new contract about 3 weeks ago with Spurs. He's not coming to Manchester United. He might have, Sir Alex Ferguson might have been bloody sexting Messi last night. Doesn't mean we're going to sign him. It's just, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. What you can read between the lines, and nobody's 100%. Nobody's 100%. Because do you want to know why no source or anybody can be 100% about Manchester United? Because the person who's in charge of decisions of Manchester United doesn't know what he's doing anyway. So how could you ever be 100% about anything? But what you cannot dispute is that Mourinho is free. Mourinho loves Manchester United. He's always been flirting with us, and if we asked him to be the manager, he would take the job. But what you cannot dispute as well is that his agent is George Mendes, and George Mendes has just gone to us and given his best asset to Bayern Munich when we wanted him, and that speaks volumes. Absolutely speaks volumes, and that's what I've got to say about that. We'll come back onto it because while something's in my head, there's 4 things, Zara, and I'll throw to the viewers, because by the time Zara's answered it, you'll be all answering it as well. There's 4 scenarios, possibly 5, and I think 5's bullshit. Oh, sorry, I swore again. There's 5 options here when it comes to Renato Sanchez. So pick your favourite, and Zara's going to pick hers as well. There's number 1, where we've snubbed Mourinho, and George Mendes has gone up yours. Sanchez is going to Bayern Munich. There's number 2, where Louis van Gaal, which is what Manchester Evening News are reporting in the last hour, that Louis van Gaal has pulled the deal because he's staying now and he didn't want Sanchez, it was Mourinho. There's number 3, that he's basically said he doesn't want to play for Louis van Gaal because Louis van Gaal's staying, which has obviously been decided in the last few days. There's number 4, which is where he's choice between Manchester United and Bayern Munich, and he's decided Bayern Munich. Or there's number 5, that we were never in for him, which I think is a load of crap. But Zara, what's your thoughts?
Number 5 is a load of absolute God's wallops. Number 5 just isn't even an option to begin with. If any of you think that, then please just get yourself checked out, because he was obviously interested. These rumours don't come out of thin air, especially when they're circling so much. And it's not just a coincidence that he had the same agent as Mourinho. So obviously Mourinho wanted him in. And then speaking about, for instance, that report from the MEN, I'm going to look that up now actually, because that's quite interesting. But
Rob Dawson, I think it is. He tweeted
Rob Dawson. Because that's quite interesting, the fact that we do know that Louis van Gaal's very stubborn, and he is very stubborn in his ways. So that seems like a huge possibility to me, especially because I guess the board aren't clueless completely. They know that United has terrible terrible football at the moment. It's because it's boring, and that's not like Manchester United. So because of that, they are going to want to try and get some big names in the summer and everything. So I'd say that was the only option, to have like someone like Sanchez in, and to bring that excitement back, which would help people buy season tickets, be interested, do all like put more money into the club in the summer when they go to like the Megastore and stuff like that. So with that in mind, I'd say that report from the MEN, I see that's a huge possibility that LVG snubbed it.
Don't know whether my camera's going to pick that up very well.
Yeah, for me it's not. I don't know who the other guys are.
Well, he basically says, Rob Dawson, who's from the MEN, says, seems it was Van Gaal who pulled the plug on United's interest in Renato Sanchez. On the face of it, seems a fairly big hint, and what he's getting at there is it's a fairly big hint that Van Gaal's staying. I think what's happened, and again, it's only conjecture. I've got no source, but I think it's just common sense, and I think a lot of you will agree. I think since Sunday, when Man City did what a lot of think, I mean, how Man City have messed this up, I don't know. But since Sunday, when they've realised we're going to get fourth place, I think the club have probably been pressured by Mendes and Mourinho and said, make a bloody decision what you're going to do. You know, we're into May now, and I think the club have said we're keeping Van Gaal. And I think the fallout of that is that Mendes has said, Sanchez, you're not going to Man United. Or maybe, and I don't think this is the truth, or maybe Van Gaal is staying now and he said, I don't want that Sanchez. You know, throwing his toys out the pram. I don't want anybody linked to Mourinho. But I think that's what it's all about. It's been delayed because of the West Ham fans are scum, to be honest. Nothing more to say than that.
The comments aren't scrolling down.
All right, okay. I can sort that. It's all right. Don't worry. We can get that sorted. He says, please just start working. I will sort that in a minute, but I want to read people's comments, which I can do. But
so you can do some things then, Mark.
They're working again now, and perfect timing. They worked just as Joe Haywood says. Great point, Mark, which is roughly translated to good point around Mendes, which basically means brilliant piece of talking, Mark. But did you all answer what you thought? You might not remember the options 1, 2, 3, 4, but did you all start replying as to what you think has happened here? Because to me, I think Van Gaal's been told he's got the job. Mourinho is furious, Mendes is furious, and they've pulled the deal on Sanchez. But that's no surprise to me. I mean, I've been tweeting it. I think I've tweeted it secretly about 5 times to get you all to keep retweeting it a few times. And basically what I was saying is Mourinho equals Mendes equals Sanchez and De Gea, and that equals a fantastic season for Manchester United. No Mourinho, no De Gea, no Sanchez, Van Gaal, Fellaini, and 5th or worse next season. That's what's going to happen for me. You're all going number 1, which is basically what I've just said there, which is that we've snubbed Mourinho, and the fallout is that Sanchez will not come here. There we go. Keelan Johnson says he's unfollowed both these pricks on Instagram. Who are you on about, Keelan? That'd be interested to know, because I'm not on Instagram, so I'm interested to know who you're calling a prick. But you're on Instagram, aren't you, Zara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've set up a United Stand Instagram account.
You've not been what do you do on Instagram anyway? I don't know what it is.
Well, this just shows the age difference,
Matt.
Mark.
I've lost you on the screen, that's all. I've got you back now. Check Twitter, Mark. Why? I think it's mainly a product of something's going on, and they're not telling us what it is. They're saying check Twitter and stuff like that.
You're leaving us in the dark, lads and lasses.
Anyway, what I want to talk about next is Paul Scholes did a very good article. Manchester Evening News again. They've done a good couple of articles today. I know people say they're a bit sensationalist, and we all know who they're owned by, and they are a bit clickbaity. But they have had a couple of good articles today. And the Paul Scholes one is that Zara's not disappeared. She is back. Wave, Zara.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Still.
We can see you, don't we? Paul Scholes basically has come out and said that whether it's Giggs, Mourinho or Van Gaal next season as manager, the club needs to get back to playing the way the club needs to play, attacking football, which is 1, right. And 2, he said that it's no... Basically what he said is that we are... I'm looking at the comments there. What he said is that fans are forgetting some of the really bad things of this season, and they're being mugged off essentially by what is happening in these last few weeks, where we're going to win the FA Cup, we're going to get 4th place. But for Manchester United, that is actually pretty poor. And it's also very easy to look at the team tonight when they play well and go, oh, the future's bright. But there's a few factors as to why that is. You've got players playing for the Euros. You've got players playing to play in an FA Cup final. You've got players playing for new contracts. It happens at a lot of clubs in the last few weeks of the season. And I think that's happened to Manchester United. And also, there's no pressure. There's no pressure going for 4th place. Paul Scholes said this. There's no pressure going for 4th place. When you're going for the title, pressure hits you. You start grinding out results, this, that and the other. Manchester United are playing teams that are just, they're not under pressure. You've got Rooney coming back from 2 months off who wants to get in the England team. You've got, Mata wants to get in the Spain squad. Carrick wants a new contract. Smalling wants to, players. I think the players have been abysmal this year, but I can't criticise the players that much until we've got a new manager because it's hard to know how bad they are when they've got such a Hitler as a manager. But what Paul Scholes also said is that fans are forgetting we were in a very easy Champions League group before Christmas and we went out of it. We played Liverpool, our biggest rivals in the Europa League, over 2 legs and went out with a whimper. We lost ridiculous games to Norwich and Bournemouth at Christmas. We've been, nearly knocked out of the cup by absolute garbage sides. It's been a rubbish season, and that's what Paul Scholes is basically saying, that it's almost been forgotten because, we're going to get 4th place because actually Manchester City have fallen down the hill. I've done this joke already, but I'm going to do it again. They've stumbled harder than Jack and Jill pissed down Mount Everest, to be honest. I mean, how they've blown that, I do not know. But what do you think about Paul Scholes? I think he's an absolute legend.
Oh yeah, completely. I think that he is one of those rare people related to United in the sense that they just say what they want. We need everyone saying exactly what they think. Because at the moment we just have so many people we don't know what's going on behind closed doors at United. I've said this before. We don't have a single clue. You never know. Ryan Giggs could be absolutely fuming with everything that's going on, but he is stuck with the devil in deep blue sea and he actually can't say anything due to the relations and sponsors that United have. We don't know that, whereas Scholes is coming out saying absolutely everything that the whole board needs to hear. And that's what they need. I mean, if every single United fan that thought like we do got up and just said everything they're thinking, then sponsored would start like Adidas, for example. They'd start to go, well, you know what? It's boring football. People are becoming less interested. So we're going to pull out. We're going to tell them we're going to pull out unless they make a change. That's because football is a massive financial game. It is. It's completely business now. It's not like years ago where it wasn't all business related. And due to that, it's all about sponsors. It's all about the finance game. If that financial game started to be becoming a loss in United's world, then United would have to make a change so they'd be able to get their money back for the funding. With at the moment, with all that funding that's happening in United, it's just not going to work because half the people aren't making a change, aren't making a stand for the club that we know and love.
Hi to James Chapman. He just said hi, Mark. Paul Scholes is honest and he tells it how it is, says Stuart Marson. Absolutely perfectly. And there's a lot of things. West Ham fans have smashed the Man United bus. I think that's what people were trying to get me to have a look at. But it's true. They are scum. They are absolute scum, West Ham fans. They always have been. These are the knobheads who did the old Beckham analogy. Well, it was the dummy. They hung it up after 98. Absolute scum. Scum on the run. And they will run when the police come along. But losing options for transfers. Manchester United's gone backwards. So it's on till 8:30. Do drop us a like. And if you're new to the United Stand, subscribe to the United Stand because we do say what we think. We are about the fans. And we're on air for another bloody hour before the match starts now, so we're going to be absolutely knackered by the time the game starts, but we will be right the way through till full time. Absolutely huge game tonight. I'm not underplaying that at all. We will be starting to get in that around 8 o'clock as it approaches. Team lineup for those who've missed it: De Gea in goal, Valencia at right back, Rojo left back, Smalling and Blind centre backs, Herrera, Schneiderlin and Rooney as the midfield, Mata on the right, Martial, yes, on the left, and Rashford, yes, up front. I think we're going to win this game. I think it's going to be 3-1 to Manchester United, maybe even 4-1. I think we'll run away with it. I really do think we're going to do them. And I tell you what, even more than ever now, don't, I can understand why some of you want Manchester United to lose because you want to get rid of Louis van Gaal. But some things are bigger than Louis van Gaal, and scummy West Ham fans who smash up our bus, they deserve to get an absolutely thrashing tonight, and I hope to God that we are going to do it because Nothing, I can't stand Van Gaal. I want him to be sacked. But the one thing that's more important than anything is Manchester United. And West Ham fans, if you smash our bloody bus up, we smash you to shit on the pitch, you bunch of scum. There we go.
Well, you're being fairly strong about that. But I mean, come on, United, because we are definitely going to win this. I mean, we've got that fire now with us. I mean, West Ham fans are being absolute idiots to us. We're just going to come out and just show everyone what we're made of on that pitch. Fingers crossed. I reckon it's going to be a win today. We need to have a winning mentality. We need to get these wins on board and we need to get top 4. That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
We need to concentrate on having a winning mentality. We can't have people saying, oh no, that we're just going to lose it just to get rid of LVG. That's not happening. Confirmed it today about Sanchez. We snubbed Mourinho and that's the end of it. So now we just need to concentrate on the club we know and love and we need to win. Yeah,
I actually think it's been a really good game. I think this is our cup final. I know we've got a cup final in 2 weeks, but this is our cup final. I mean, 4th place is more important than silverware to me, and I think I'd be interested to see what people think about that. But 4th place is more important. West Ham, last game at the bloody Anne Boleyn ground or whatever thing is, knock it down. And, I mean, they're having a grand offers anyway, the taxpayer with the bloody Olympics. What's this? Man City too, this is. But... West Ham have been decent as a team this year. They're going to be up for it. We've got an attacking team for once. We're going to be up for it. I actually think this is going to be the game of the season, and I can't wait for it. I'm actually excited about it. I'm excited about sitting back and watching a Manchester United game for once, and I think we're going to smash them, and I'm going to look forward to it. And I tell you what, I can't wait. And I think they've only, by doing what they've done, the scummy hooligans, has only just added that little bit more to it. And I, for one, cannot wait now. I mean, I would never want Manchester United to lose. I want Van Gaal to go. Stuart just said there, if we lose tonight, do you think Van Gaal will get the sack? No, I think Van Gaal's here to stay now. I think that decision was made. I think Mourinho and Mendes pushed it on Sunday and said, you either do it, you do the deal now, or you don't. You're going with Van Gaal or you're not. And I think they've said we want to wait a little bit more, or they've gone, we're going to go with Van Gaal, and they've gone up yours. Sanchez is going to Bayern Munich, and we won't be getting Mourinho now unless they're going to offer him a shitload of money. And I think the damage is done, because Mourinho. The thing is, I don't want to talk about Renato Sanchez all night, but the reality is, people have said maybe Mourinho didn't want Renato Sanchez. He does. He wanted him when he was at Chelsea. This is what people don't get. Mourinho wanted Renato Sanchez when he was at Chelsea before Christmas. So the fact that they've got the same agent and the agent has sold him to Bayern Munich, that would not happen. Mourinho would have gone, if he was going to be Man United manager, I want him at Man United. And Mendes would have said, you're not going to Bayern, you're going to Man United. It's better for you to be with my client, etc., etc. We're not getting him. Wake up and smell the coffee. We've got to live with Van Gaal for the rest of our lives, and that's the reality. But the match tonight, I'm just going to wipe Van Gaal out of my head, close my eyes when they show him on the touchline, and focus on the game. Because, as I said, the players are up for it. I think the players have got a lot to answer for this season. I'm not going to give them a get-out-of-jail card at all. I think some of the performances this year have been ridiculous when you look at how good they have been over the last few weeks. Norwich, obviously not, but Everton in the first half, Leicester in the first half. Really good performances, especially Wayne Rooney, who I predicted down to a penny that he would come back from that injury, all guns blazing, playing like the old Wayne Rooney. And he's not quite there yet, but he's not far off. And it's all because his place in the England team is in jeopardy, and that's what's important to him. But I don't have a massive problem with that, because it benefits us, and it is benefiting us, and it will benefit us.
So who do you think's going to score then?
Oh, I hate them sort of questions. I think it's going to be Marcus Rashford in the 22nd minute, and then I think Rooney will get a penalty on the 60th minute. I'm sorry to be rude, but I find those sort of predictions a bit too far. But if you want to give us your score prediction, Sarah, I'm not going to piss on your parade. Chips.
You're really loving your swearing tonight.
I know. I've got to rein it in.
You're the one that has to go at everyone else when they start swearing.
People are telling me to check Twitter again, so I'm going to check Twitter. I mean, checking Twitter checking Twitter is a great idea, isn't it? Because it's like, where do I check Twitter? Because there's so much to check.
How long Claire needs to look, guys?
Pardon? Yeah. Oh my God. Well, yeah, the pictures are absolutely. We should talk about this, to be honest. West Ham, Manchester United. I mean, basically, I'm looking at a picture here of the bus, and they are absolutely pummeling it. Hundreds of them. And I know what'll happen. police do have cameras and stuff there, and every one of the scummy gits will be locked up over the next few months. And damn right, because that's disgusting. That this, we've just had the Hillsborough stuff, and everyone says, I mean, I was at Hillsborough as a 10-year-old, and the one thing I would say is that football back in the 80s, Heysel, Hillsborough, whatever, it was horrific. It was horrible, and football's not like that today. But then you see pictures like that, and it brings it back as to, we don't want to go back to that. That's not what football is anymore. It's just downright abusive hooliganism that you just do not need. In all honesty, people think, well, we've got problems with full-time Devils. Well, we haven't, and I know for a fact they go outside the ground filming stuff, and I hope for God's sake that they're not involved in that, because that just looks moody, and that's not what you go to football matches to do, to get attacked and like that. And it's absolutely disgusting, and I hope the police throw the book at them, kick them out of the bloody league, kick them into the conference. Absolutely disgusting. But
I just hope no one's injured during that, because that is like a massive crowd around that. Because injuries in football nowadays with those hooliganism incidents is just insane. We don't need that anymore.
Yeah, delayed 45 minutes as they were bottles thrown at the team bus. You know what, though? I mean, there's a flip side to that coin as well. There's a nastier flip side to that coin, and there's a very cynical flip side to that coin, and that is that, let me get Zara back, she's gone again. The flip side to that coin is quite simply that Manchester United, this happened a few years ago with Spurs when they were going for fourth place and they all got food poisoning. These are professional footballers, but look what happened when Luke Shaw got that injury when we were away from home and we lost the game. You're going into a game, you're all psyched up for a game, and then you're getting pelted by bottles by a massive crowd like that. I mean, this isn't a Sherman tank. This is a team bus. They've not got bulletproof windows or anything like that. They haven't got Obama in there with them. This is the Manchester United football team bus being pummeled by bottles. You're gonna, your bottom's gonna be going a bit like that. It's squeaky bum time, and that can mess around with your head. And if we lose tonight, imagine we get beat 3 or 4-0 now. Van Gaal's probably going to use it as an excuse, because he'd use anything as an excuse. Yeah. But actually, it's not a bad excuse that you've gone to that game. It's going to be, it's going to be a horrific atmosphere in there anyway, because it's their last game at Upton Park, and then they do stuff like that. I'm disgusted. I really didn't think.
People that are commenting, it's the West Ham fans that have been throwing things at the United bus, not the other way around.
Yeah. No, it's not Man United fans. I mean, I'd fear for every Manchester United fan who's there today, because if you've got idiots like that, it's not nice. Absolutely not nice. And as somebody said there, I don't condone it, but it'd be interesting when West Ham come to Manchester United next year, because you can't get away with that. The West Ham co-chairman on Sky Sports blaming United for keeping West Ham fans late on their special day. Idiot. Absolute idiot. We've just had Hillsborough. 30 years ago, people came out and tried to blame people, and 30 years later, they've been proved to be idiots. That is an idiotic comment. I'm not saying anyone's going to die or anything like that, but to come on and condone hooliganism of your own fans just because you're the chairman, grow up. If that's true, that's really disgusting, because you can never ever condone violence like that. Yeah, Man United might have arrived late. If they have, then there is some some responsibility. Doesn't allow people to start chucking stuff at their bus. Unbelievable. The match starts at 8:30. I'm building for this game now. I was annoyed about the Sanchez stuff now, but sometimes you start to forget about that, and you start to become a bit tribal. And I'm a bit tribal.
We need to forget about it. We need to, because this is just gonna rev everyone on to want to absolutely win. And you can imagine those players in that box. They're definitely going to win now for the fans. They're going to have that passion inside them that they need to win. And this will be an incredible match now, and it'll be West Ham's fault because they've egged us all on.
We've got massive problems at Manchester United. It's been a horrific season, but sometimes I think you've just got to get behind what you support and forget the players, forget the manager. When they're long gone, we'll still support Manchester United. If we were relegated, we'd still support Manchester United. And when people attack that from the outside, in the inside you can deal with it politically, you can rant about it. But when other clubs attack you like they have tonight, it's a different story. You close ranks, you go for it, and we're going for it tonight. And I really cannot wait. And hopefully you'll all stay with us for it and get involved, because I can't wait for that first goal to go in. And I think we are going to beat them 3 or 4-1. I just really hope that it doesn't make a massive impact on the mentality of the players for the game. Right, let's try and bring it down a little bit for a moment. Let's talk a little bit about what do you want to talk about? We'll talk about something like that because we've still got 45 minutes till kick-off. But also, let us know who you, where you're from. Let us know where you're from. I always like to know that.
Yeah.
And let us also know who your... what was I going to say? My mind's gone blank. Let us know where you're from and let us give us score predictions as well. And Zara, I'm going to throw back to you. One of the things I did want to discuss was also about these rumours that Ryan Giggs might be leaving anyway this summer. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think if he is leaving, then I'd say I just wish him all the best. To be honest, I'd love for Ryan Giggs to stay. I have said this before. I'd love him to stay because I just think that in years to come, he could be the manager for Manchester United. That's what I've always thought, because he would be a long-term manager for United, and that's what we need. We need another really long-term one to help us progress and win trophies sufficiently once the team's up to scratch. I mean, I'd hate for Ryan Giggs' name to be tainted. I really would. And at the moment, when I've been speaking to some fans outside the ground, it is being tainted because people are associating what's going on in the pitch that is Louis van Gaal's causing as him as well. And I think that's an absolute shame for that to happen because, I mean, I think how many years ago now since it was Ryan Giggs' last game? It was a clip of it. It was the other week. It was
3 years ago, isn't it? Because
yeah.
yeah.
And you just see that and you think, you can just see the passion in his eye when he was leaving that pitch for the last time. I mean, that is like a hardcore Manchester United love that he has in his heart. And we need that passion. I mean, Louis van Gaal hasn't shown any passion whatsoever, and if he's leaving, we all need to respect him. We can't have fans going, oh yeah, good riddance, because they can't be associating him with Louis van Gaal. Ryan Giggs is completely different to that. Ryan Giggs is Manchester United to me, and it'll be a shame if he goes.
Yeah, I'd say good riddance to Van Gaal though.
Yeah, say good riddance. I'd say good riddance to Van Gaal. What I'm saying is, no one should say good riddance to Ryan Giggs associating him with Louis van Gaal, because people can't think that they're on the same level when they're not, when no one knows what's going on behind closed doors.
Yeah, I think Giggs needs to definitely go and sort himself out a bit and get a bit more experience for definite.
Yeah.
I'm just being nosy looking at other stuff here, but, because I'm disgusted by it. But
hey, you asked people where they were from and people are commenting.
Go on, can you do it then?
Yes, I can do it. Lachlan Waycott said Australia. Oh, pretty fancy there. Where else are people from? Someone's from Kenya. That's
yeah, we normally
cool.
get some from Kenya. I'll be amazed if there's no one from Gambia, Indonesia, New Zealand, Brazil. We normally get them all in. Very interesting.
Hey, we had people from Dominican Republic last time. That was pretty snazzy.
But nobody from England, funnily enough. It's mad.
Yeah. Is anyone from Manchester? Who's watching this in Manchester?
No, I think you're the only Manchester United fan from Manchester. But I've just done my little tweet now. That's what I was trying to set up, because I was just being nosy, looking at some of the pictures of what's gone on, and it's just not good. It's just not good. It's really, really.
It's shameful. They should be ashamed of themselves.
They should, and in this day and age, it's really, really, really sad that that's happened. But
hey, we have some people from England watching.
I know, I was only joking. I knew there would
be. Yeah, no, but it's Wolverhampton is Jason Garvett's homeland. Someone who's called themselves David De Gea from Bristol.
I'm back in the room now. Sometimes I have to just have a few seconds out to calm down before I start getting up again. And,
there's people from Manchester.
Warrington. Not really Manchester. I was there the other week. Indonesia, told you, United are going to lose, says DJ Johnson.
Manchester.
Just moved to Manchester, ACC, Ireland, Kevin Rooney, India. Anthony Morgan. Anthony Morgan, that's been deleted, but he's I'm not allowed to repeat what's happened. I'm not allowed to repeat what's happened. It's a funny joke though. Yeah, I'd love to. I would love to. I would be killed by the Draughty Devil for saying it. I'm not allowed to talk about that. So anyway, not good news. Not good news about what's happened outside the Berlin ground. And to be honest, I'm sort of looking at the TV footage of the great days at Upton Park over the last however many years. Well, I'll tell you what you've just done to your great days at Upton Park. You've absolutely hit all over it with that behaviour. I'm disgusted.
Hated Upton Park entirely.
Yeah, absolutely disgusted. They shouldn't get the Olympics. In fact, we're all taxpayers. We all paid for the Olympic Stadium. We should all be there tomorrow doing one of those online government things where it will easily get 100,000 signatures. Do not give West Ham the taxpayers' ground, the Olympic Stadium, for that behaviour tonight. It's absolutely disgraceful. For those joining us a little bit later, it is 8:30 kick-off, and the reason for that is because West Ham hooligans have smashed up the Manchester United team bus, bottling it. Absolutely horrific. I've just put a picture up on Twitter if anyone wants to have a look at that. Would have been terrifying for the players. Didn't seem to be many police around there initially. No, I don't have a problem with the police. We're Man United fans, not another club. Don't have a problem with them at all. You would not expect that sort of disorder to happen. They have reacted and got there and obviously cleared the area, but disgusting, absolutely disgusting vermin, hooligans. Don't want them in football, don't need that. And the thing is, football's changed so much since the horrible days of when I used to go to football as a kid in the late 80s. You know, families go now, the disabled, you know, everybody goes to football and it's a community. And there will have been a lot of kids, a lot of families, a lot of women, and I'm not being sexist saying women shouldn't go to football, but what I'm saying is families go to football matches, should not be involved. And if you look at the pictures, that's intimidating for absolutely anybody there on a street to have to witness that. And there will have been kids watching the Man United front bus because, let's be honest, when Manchester United roll into town, whether you're Villa, Norwich, West Ham, they love us. They want to see Rooney. They want to see Martial because they might pretend to hate United, but these are the best players in the world. They want to see them. And there'll have been kids watching that bus go by who've probably just had the absolute nuts terrified of them by hooligans chucking bottles like that. Disgusting. Don't want to see it. I hope there's a reaction by the FA. I hope they dock them points. And I definitely think they should dock them points if it's true what somebody said in the comments there, that the West Ham chairman came out and blamed Manchester United for being late. Absolutely sickened, disgusting, and massively up for this game that we are going to absolutely destroy them. They're just showing Di Canio, and if anyone's older than this, Di Canio's volley, this won Player of the Year. I don't think there's much to that. I really don't. That was the same year that Paul Scholes scored the volley from the corner that Beckham took, which was much better technique, and that Di Canio goal won Player of the Year. Absolute farce. Beckham's cross to Scholes on the volley was better technique, a better finish. That Di Canio one. It's only because he jumped up in the air and did a little scissors. It was easy. Match cancelled.
Oh, is it easy?
Match isn't cancelled. It's delayed till 8:30 at the moment.
So if it's easy, Mark, do you want to demonstrate?
I'll do a video doing a Di Canio for. Yeah, I've done 100 keep-ups in a suit and shoes. I can do that.
Oh yeah, I know that. I have to say I was impressed by that in your suit and shoes. I was very impressed by that.
You see, I am one of those people who comes and does videos. Who's actually played football, can play football, and has studied the game. You look at some people and you know they can't play football, and probably all they're good at is shoving Big Macs in their mouth. I'm not going to name names. Swears a bit. From up north. I don't remember Pool fans attacking our team bus. On the subject of Liverpool, because I tell you what, let's remember we are a Manchester United fan channel, and I'm feeling a bit tribal. So while we're not taking a pop at our own club for a change, Alan Smith broke his leg in an FA Cup tie at Anfield a few years ago. In the ambulance, they tipped it over, more or less, Liverpool fans. So that's your not hooligans Liverpool fans there for you. Mark and Zara, how will Man United do in the transfer window, to Stuart Marson? I appreciate you've said that a few times, Stuart. To be honest, you're dragging me back into Louis van Gaal. Louis van Gaal. Don't want to think about him at the moment. Mark, who is the next player we'll fail to sign after Sanchez? Well, we're going for Neymar again.
Neymar wouldn't come to Manchester United anyway. I don't think he would. I think he's settled in Barcelona.
Oh, it's just total rubbish, absolute rubbish. We're not going for Neymar. That's Draughty just said Goldbridge easy. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm not easy. But only after a couple of lager and limes. But he's absolutely thrown me.
No, he's telling you to easy, as in you're probably saying something. Do you not know any slang, or are you just way too past it?
Pardon?
Are you just past it? Do you not know any slang?
Slang?
Yeah.
Like what?
You really are old, lad. You really...
Van
As in when
Alphen.
someone tells you easy. As in like, calm it, chill.
No, but I thought somebody might have been saying who's the better footballer, Fellaini or Goldbridge, and he might have been going Goldbridge easy. I don't know. There you go. I was on a good point then, and it's bloody gone. Yeah, the Neymar. Somebody, Abs 21, brilliant mate. He's just said Neymar in his post, and that's flown me back in. Neymar is a way to mug Manchester United fans off to get them to buy season tickets, because they do this before. It's normally Bale. They tried Neymar again, didn't they, in January? They're just throwing Neymar into the press. Oh, he's going to do all he can to get Neymar, which means absolutely nothing other than leak to the press he's after Neymar, because we're not getting Neymar, we're not getting Messi, we're not getting Ronaldo, we're not getting any. The best sort of player we were going to get is Renato Sanchez, because that's what Manchester United do. They go after younger players like Martial, and they turn them into great players. And that's why I'm disappointed about the Sanchez thing, because he's a box-to-box midfielder, which we've needed since Keane retired. So it's like 10 years now. I was so excited about that. And it's not going to happen now. But the second thing that's beyond that, because I actually do know a bit about Renato Sanchez. I've been researching him for probably since about Christmas time as the Drawty, because we do Red Rumours, and he is a bloody good, potentially good player. And it annoys me because they've already got Thiago Alcantara at Bayern Munich, which was another young player that we were after, that we lost out to because of rubbish bloody Woodward again. That was Moyes' first summer. The players we've missed out on, Pogba, that's Sir Alex's fault, but you know, there you go. But I don't want to pick on him. But so yeah, I'm really disappointed about Renato Sanchez, because I wanted him as a player. But what absolutely takes that beyond disappointment to absolute nightmare proportions is, and I'll keep saying it, and I'll argue with anybody. His agent is George Mendes, and Marino's agent is George Mendes, and Marino wanted Renato Sanchez when he was at Chelsea, so we would definitely want him at Manchester United, because we've got a worse midfield than Chelsea, so we would definitely want him. And the fact that we're not getting him is massively, massively obvious that we are not getting Jose Mourinho as Manchester United manager. It is so, so, so obvious, and I'm actually going to say 100% we're going to keep Louis van Gaal. And I tell you what, if we don't, and you all go, you're wrong, I'll laugh with you, because I'll be ecstatic. I'll be absolutely ecstatic. I'll be going, yes, I was wrong. But I'm not wrong. So, Ira, what do you think?
Well, you usually make little bets to people. Oh, if LVG does go at the end of the season, then you'll do something. So, are you going to do one of them?
I've already done my top 4 one, and if people haven't retweeted it on my Mark Goldbridge Twitter account, it basically... In a moment of absolute certainty in January, I said, if we get top 4, I will go to Manchester United and kiss everybody's arse who retweets that tweet. And I'm up to about 600 now, so I'm hoping a lot of you are from Indonesia, Africa, and you won't have the funds to come to Old Trafford, because otherwise I'm going to have to get a few packets of lip balm and a lot of humble pie and get down and start kissing some ass, which I really, really thought I was safe to do. And I tell you what, I don't like to be wrong, you might have guessed that, but the reality is we aren't getting top 4 because we've gone on a fantastic run of brilliant football or anything like that. We are getting top 4 because Manchester City somehow have managed to just do something I could never have foreseen with the players they've got. I mean, because let's be honest, De Bruyne, I mean, we'd have top 4 sewn up if De Bruyne hadn't got back from injury, because he single-handedly, and Aguero, as you know, I'd take them in a heartbeat in our side, whether they're City players or not. But I still cannot believe that that they've blown it. I mean, I'm pleased. I think it's going to be absolutely hilarious that Pep Fraudiola is going to have to go to Manchester City and play in the Europa League. And that's right, I did call him Pep Fraudiola. And if you want to know why, it's quite simple, because he's nothing without Messi. Everyone goes, oh, I'd love Fraudiola to be our manager. No, he can't do it. Anybody can manage it. I could manage Barcelona 5 years ago, when Messi was absolutely unstoppable, and Iniesta and Xavi, Busquets, what easy team. You could put Fellaini in centre back and you'd still beat everybody. he goes to Bayern Munich, he's got fantastic resources, but he hasn't got a Messi, and he doesn't win the Champions League. I think he's an absolute fraud, and I think he'll get found out at Man City, and I look forward to it. But
I reckon, some people who have been watching this before and remember you with your accents, because people are sending in messages saying, for instance, Gungshi said, "Are you doing your accents tonight, Mark?" And now Orange Hat 1 has put, "Mark, do a Scottish accent."
30 minutes to kick off. I had a sore throat. I couldn't speak in the copyrighted and patented voice of Mark Goldbridge, so I had a sore throat that day. So we were trying different accents out to do different things about how we could talk, and I was doing quite good accents, if I tell you that. But I'm not going to go into that because it gets really fucking boring, and I can't. And I can, but if I do Irish, I can say feckin', because it's feck, not F-U-C-K.
Exactly.
Feck is fine. If you've seen Mrs. Brown's Boys, turn off. This isn't the channel for you. It's shit. But the game's been delayed, Ravi, because Manchester City fans are scum. No, not Manchester City. They are scum. But it's been delayed because West Ham fans are scum, and they've basically trashed the Manchester United bus. But
Dave Lyons has commented saying, "You're talking like fourth spot is done and dusted. Do you not remember how consistently inconsistent we've been all season?" Well, to be honest, I just want to say that after what the West Ham fans have done to our bus, all of the players are just going to be revved up for it, and they're just going to go and win it. And that's my prediction. I don't know what everyone else thinks in the comments, but I reckon we've got this now. And if we don't, then there's something seriously wrong, that they've just given up.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Manchester United fan and you're watching the United stand for the first time, do subscribe to the channel, do drop us a like, because we always say how it is. We always try and get you involved in it, and it is about having a United voice. But tonight, I think, put aside what you think about... I will do a Dublin accent in a minute. Put aside what you think about Louis van Gaal, what you think about Ed Woodward, what you think about the absolute disaster of the Renato Sanchez thing, what you think about the absolute shambles and criminality that we won't be getting Mourinho as our manager, and just for one game, get behind the team, because I'm furious about what West Ham fans have done tonight. I think they're absolutely scum, and I want us to win this game. From the first second to the last, we've got to get at them. We've got to bloody show people that, you can take our freedom, but you'll never take our badge. And that's what it's about, playing for the badge tonight. And I hope we are up for it, because we need to. We need to be. They're going to be up for it, the scummy gits. Players-wise, I mean, I've got nothing against the West Ham players, obviously, but they're going to be up for it. We need to be up for it, and that's what I want. Man United for Life says, "Mark, do a Mancunian accent." You know what? I absolutely cannot do a Mancunian accent, because when I try to do it, it goes into a Scouser, and I can't do it. So there you go.
Goes into a Scouse accent? That is offensive.
I know. But I'm not from Manchester, so, like most Manchester United fans, I'm not from Manchester.
Oh, yeah.
Divan Jangid says, "Tonight, put aside Van Gaal, Ed Woodward, and support Manchester United by heart." Totally agree with that. Laptop Lunatic says, "Mourinho is coming, don't worry." I think your name, Laptop Lunatic, sort of... we don't need to say anything more than that. BBC claiming the attack on the bus is an exaggeration. Well, I don't think it is when you look at the pictures and you see the bottles being thrown. So I don't think it is. But there you go.
Maybe they've not seen the full story yet.
Yeah, I think people need to be very careful when it's about hooliganism and reporting it. But there you go. West Ham v Manchester United. Last player we bought from West Ham was... Well, we did get Carlos Tevez from there, but he wasn't actually signed by them because he was in third-party ownership. The last player we did buy was Paul Ince. And the last big game I really remember at Upton Park that got me going as much as it did tonight is that I think it was 95. I think it was 95 it was 95 when Blackburn won it. And we all we had to do was beat West Ham in the last game of the season, and Blackburn had Liverpool at Anfield, and all they had to do was beat Liverpool. So we were like, oh, Liverpool are just going to bend over and let Blackburn beat us because they don't want United to do it. And they didn't. Liverpool beat Blackburn, but we couldn't beat West Ham. And if you watch that game, Andy Cole, I absolutely love Andy Cole. But some of the misses he made that game, we drew 1-1. And it was horrible to lose that title. But hopefully we're not going to have that tonight. Unfortunately, we're not going for a title. We're going for fourth.
Louis van Gaal, he's come out to speak before the match about what's been going on. He has said the images shall tell everything. The police were also taping. It's a lot of emotion for the people, but for us, it's the second time in London that we have had to start later. Now we have more cooperation than the first match we were here. as we received our preparation time. It's not the first time I've seen it, and so that is referencing to the attack on the bus. It's not so nice, but it's part of the job, I have to say. But he ended it by saying it is always an influence on the players, and that is a pity.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I understand that, but I mean, with him saying that, I wonder whether the players are not fully motivated, or whether that's demotivated them.
No, I think. Well, the thing is, I think football is. Emotions are good and a bad thing. You can be like really aggressive and like, oh, I'm really up for this, but that can be a bad thing because you can be too hyped up. You can use up too much adrenaline. You can fly into a tackle stupidly and get a red card, or it can go the other way where your head's not in it, like we saw with players when Luke Shaw got injured. Your head's gone. You don't commit into tackles, and again, that's dangerous. So either way, I personally don't think it's ideal. But
I'd say we need to play this to our advantage. Like United they've lost none of their last 14 Premier League matches against West Ham, I think. I think it's 14, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that they haven't lost any of their last 14 appearances with West Ham. And we can't start now losing, we just can't, especially after that's what's just happened.
Yeah, so Van Gaal has basically come out and said that the players are affected by the bus attack. And we were talking about that 20 minutes ago, and it's an excuse, and he loves an excuse, but it's an excuse that I think we pretty much predicted, and I can sort of understand it, because I think you would be affected by that. I mean, I think it's a horrible jump back to the bad old days, and I think if you're on a bus and people are chucking things at you, like I said, it's not a bulletproof bus. You're going to be affected by it, unfortunately. And it's sad that that's an excuse. But actually, I think we're stuck with Van Gaal anyways, whether we lose or not. So that's where I am with it. Zara, just talk for a second. I just need to do something.
Yeah, I will do. Get your comments in. I'll try and read some of them out. I'll try and... Some people are liking the statistics then. Let me get some more statistics for you. Let me have a look. Wayne Rooney has scored 11 goals in 15 Premier League appearances against West Ham for Manchester United. So maybe Rooney might score for us today with that statistic in place, depending on how the team's going, because I wonder from the position that he's in whether he'll be either passing it to Martial further for Martial to get the goal instead. Manchester United have averaged 2.19 points from Premier League games played on a Tuesday, the best rate of any side in the competition. That's quite interesting. I reckon with that talk going, we should definitely be on the cards to win. What else are people saying today? Should draw it, devil. I don't know what you're on about. Jordan Curley said 5-0 United. 5-0 United. Who's scoring 5 goals? I'd really like to know what you think. What else is there? James Arnold has put United should be out guns blazing. I completely agree with that. Come on, United, we can do this.
Hussein makes a good point there. Hussein saying, Mark, you remember your statistic that United only ever win 50% of their games, and that is a very, very, very pertinent statistic. But I think when you've only got 2 games left, and one of them's Bournemouth at home, I think, as I said, Bournemouth at home, easier than a hooker on holiday. We're going to win that game. But West Ham away, this is the cup final. We win this, we'll beat Bournemouth. We might bore Bournemouth to death to beat them, but we will beat them. Tonight is on paper a difficult game. It always was looking like it being a very difficult game. If we win it, we're going to get 4th place. I think Van Gaal's going to be manager regardless, so we may as well win it. I want us to win it, especially after what's just happened there. And I think that we will win. I think it's going to be an open game. I think the midfield is very... The thing is, I'm looking at that starting lineup, especially, I mean, apart from Rojo at left back, I think he's a weakness. But I look at that midfield. Flokesman saying Sky reporting 9 windows were smashed, all on the driver's side. Seems like the BBC are being typically unbiased. But that midfield of Schneiderlin, Herrera and Rooney excites me. Mata on the right, linking up with Herrera, excites me. Martial back fit. I mean, he's a match winner, and Rashford the same. So that and let's not forget, if we play on the front foot, which we have tried to, apart from the Norwich game, which was just odd, but we didn't have Rashford or Martial. When we've played on the front foot, we do tend to do quite well. I think we are going to win 3 or 4-1. I really do think that team, in the attacking sense, is good enough.
Rooney's quite aggressive as well at the moment. Rooney's come out in an interview to say that the team bus was smashed up. And in the interview, apparently, he's extremely angry.
Yeah. Well, I would.
I wonder whether that. Yeah. So that aggression on the pitch I think, is perfect for today. We'll finally get that fear back into United when we'll come out and we'll just attack, and go for it. And that's what we need. We've missed that spirit in them for ages.
Jimmy says, "What do you think the punishment will be for West Ham?" Probably absolutely nothing. To be honest, they. The FA should cancel the game and give us the points. Why not? I don't recall anything like that happening for a long time in the Premier League. I know it happens a little bit up in Scotland, but I think we're going to beat them. I do think we'll beat them. I think West Ham are going to try and beat us. And as I said this about an hour ago, because it has been put back by 45 minutes to kick off. That I think we will. I think West Ham will have a go at us as well, because I think they've their last game here, and should be their last game anyway, and I think they will come and have a go. And Payet is a decent player. Carrick, Carroll's going to cause a few problems. I think it's going to be tasty. I think it'll be a tasty game. And I tell you what, this might sound controversial, but I always like a few yellow cards and maybe a passionate a red card, a bit of pushing about. That's what it. That's football. I don't mind physicality in football.
Oh my goodness! If you look on Sky now, there's the pieces of the bus.
Yeah, so BBC have made themselves look a bit stupid, because they are attacked, and you know what? Even if it's just one bottle, what do you say? What if that one bottle smashes through and hurts somebody? It's one bottle's enough.
That's ridiculous.
What's being said? If it's true that the West Ham chairman's blaming us because we're a bit late, or BBC are saying it's not that bad, well, one bottle's bad. That's it. Jason Garbutt says sending off. I think there'll be a sending off as well. I can't wait for it. And even Liverpool and Man City fans don't trash the Man United bus. Someone will be sent off tonight. Can see it happening, says Matt Chelsea. Ravi wants us to talk about transfers for next season. I can't.
Maybe at half time we'll talk about that.
Yeah. We've talked about Renato Sanchez just very, very quickly. I think that is massive. Not because I wanted Renato Sanchez. I think he would have been a fantastic player. We need a box-to-box midfielder. He's young, brilliant, absolutely top-class talent in the future. But what annoyed me about the deal is it's so obvious that is the end of the Mourinho to Man United chances, because they've got the same agent. And it's so obvious that Manchester United have said we're keeping Van Gaal, and Mendes has said you're not having Sanchez then because you're not having Mourinho, and it's all fallen apart. And I think that's really sad, because regardless if we win tonight, which I think we will, regardless if we beat Bournemouth, which I think we will, and we get top four, as Paul Scholes has said in his article, let's not forget the absolute horror we've had for the last 18 months, the mistakes we've made, the boring football, and I think next season under Van Gaal, we won't get as lucky as this year. We won't, Chelsea aren't going to be poor. Liverpool will be better. Man City will be better, and we will still be at best the same. But actually, I think we're worse. And I think, and touching on the transfers there, I think we're going to struggle massively to bring players in to play for Manchester United. I know people call Di Maria a snake, and I do agree with that. But you can't escape the fact that we had a top world class talent at Manchester United called Angel Di Maria. And we totally wasted him because of the manager we've got. Memphis, is he rubbish, or is he just not being treated properly because we've got a manager who's so restrictive? We're not going to ever play exciting football under Van Gaal, and I think that's sad. And I would get rid of him any day of the week. But
so I just wanted you all to run through the lineup, just because some people have just tuned in, so just let them know that it's kick off at 8:30 because it was delayed. So do you want to run through the lineup for people that don't know what the lineup is, Matt?
Yeah, I can do. Lineup is very simple. It's De Gea in goal, Valencia right back, Rojo left back, Smalling and Blind centre backs, Herrera, Schneiderlin and Rooney the midfield three. I think Rooney will play as a centre midfielder and Herrera will play as the number 10. Mata on the right, hopefully interchanging with Herrera, working together, they do really well. Rashford up front and Martial is back on the left. The substitutes are interesting. I wasn't happy about Nofo Zumenza, but apparently he is carrying an injury. It's Romero, Borthwick Jackson, Phil Jones, Carrick, Lingard, Janusaj, Memphis. No Pereira, no Ashley Young, who I keep saying to people, where is Ashley Young? Because he's been fit for weeks. In fact, again, Van Gaal, madness. Brought him on, played him up front, and has never played him again. It's mad.
I think in the last match, it was awful what LVG did to Januzaj. Did you see the clip of that? Of when LVG couldn't decide who to bring on and kept telling Januzaj to get up? Yeah,
I did. But you know what? To be fair, and you know me, I won't defend Louis Van Gaal, but I think he was coming on for Mata, and then Mata scored. So that one I cannot sort of understand. But the second one, yeah. But that's Van Gaal for you. That's don't know what people expect.
And then there was a clip of Januzaj walking back for the final time, back to his seat. And I can't remember, I'll have to try and get it up and I'll tweet it out if I find it. And all the teammates were laughing and stuff, but they were like shaking their head as if to go like, what on earth is LVG doing? And then Martial just like patted Januzaj in the back when he came back as if to go like, keep your chin up, lad.
I'll tell you what I am worried about.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah, I do agree. Pereira's played in the under-21 game tonight. He scored 2 goals and 1 assist at half-time. And they say he's good with youth. As I said, what's he done to Pereira? What's he done to Wilson? What's he done to Varela? Throwing him under the bus after that mistake. What's he done to Fosu Mensah? I know he's injured today, but hasn't played him after the mistake. Borthwick Jackson, should be playing. He hasn't played him. There's countless examples of young Januzaj, at the weekend. Apparently he's all about youth. The only youth player who plays is Martial, who we bought, and Rashford, who he stumbled across because everybody else was injured. Will Keane was injured, and that's why Rashford played. But he makes out that he's produced him. He hasn't produced him. He came through the youth setup and Warren Joyce, so he doesn't get the youth for me at all. But one thing, as we approach half-time, as we approach the start of the game, one thing that's worrying me a bit is that obviously with the advent of social media, we all know what's happened at Upton Park to the bus and the hooliganism. But I'm sure a lot of Manchester United fans at the ground will know what's happened as well. And I really do hope, and I'm sure it won't happen, but it's going to be moody. And I just hope there isn't anything that happens in the ground and spills over, because we do not want to see that. How this will work, it's a watch along. Obviously, we're 45 minutes delayed. The minute it kicks off, the second it kicks off, the match time, which I can never do with my finger, the match time will start, so you'll know exactly where we are. We don't show the game live, obviously, because we don't have the rights to do that. So however you're watching it, what we would say is mute the commentary to that, match it in with our match time, and watch it along with us and other Manchester United fans who are on the live comments there. And we've had a great time over the last few weeks doing this, and there we go. So that's how the watch along will work. And do get commenting, because we do want to know about your thoughts on the game throughout.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to be a boring game. I think when we started the watch alongs in the past, and if you were with us for the Norwich game at the weekend, you start talking about the weather, transfer targets during the actual game, because it's that sort of game. I don't think it's going to be like that today. I think we're going to be talking a lot of football. I think it's going to be edge of the seat stuff. I think West Ham are going to go for it, and I think damn right we've got to go for it. So get involved in the comments. Give us your thoughts. What's Sarah's Twitter, says Farah Football?
I am typing it now for people. I've sent out Z_Silverstone.
Oh, it lets you do that. I didn't know it let you do that on Twitter. On the comments, it normally doesn't let you put things like that. Mr. R. Hi Mark, is it true that the pitch is purple and blue because it's one of West Ham's last game at the club? Looked green to me. Definitely looked green to me. Gregory Stone says they thought you were on the bus, Mark. That's why they were bottling it. Probably. I don't care. I'm quite happy.
I love that Gregory Stone. He just says so many awful things to you. He's brutal.
I don't care. If I'd have been on the bus, I'd have been there going, up yours, you go and blow that. And then they'd have been seeing a big truncheon. Blow me. That's what they can do, West Ham fans. Because if for anybody who's a foreign and doesn't know, that the West Ham song is "I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles." Blow me. That's what you can do after your actions tonight.
You're being very explicit tonight. First of all, you're going to kiss everyone's backside at United, and now this.
I don't care. If you attack Manchester United, you attack the Manchester United family, and it's not on. I do not condone hooliganism of any kind. And if it was United fans, I'd say the same. If they were bottling, maybe not the Arsenal bus, but if they were bottling the Norwich bus, I would say that's not right.
Definitely. Joe Hayward said you're getting rowdy, Mark.
wait till the game starts. I'll tell you what, I want Rojo. You can redeem yourself. Just go through the back of bloody Noble in the first 10 seconds, and you'll be my best player. I don't mean career end. Take the ball. Don't do anything like illegal. But take the ball and the man. That's the way. And Stuart Pearce tackle. He used to do it very well. Ball and the man. Max Vito, if you're on a desert island, what 3 threes would you take? I think that's a half-time question. Don't want to bring the mood down. I'm building up to this. We're building up for this. Una Chiwaka says he can't wait to feel my lips on his arse. Well, I hope you've retweeted. One, I hope you've retweeted my tweet, and two, you'll have to be at Old Trafford because these lips don't travel. We are all United family. We definitely are. I can see a sending off or two, says Jason Garbett. I can as well. Come on, United. Rooney and Rashford to score. Yeah, I think that's Zara's thing. She likes to know who's going to score the goals when I say 3 or 4-1. But I do think Rashford will score tonight. I quite fancy Rooney for a goal, although he does play centre midfield. Maybe a penalty, I don't know. Zara, I didn't think I asked you your score prediction. If I did, I've totally forgotten.
Oh, no. I reckon 3-0. I don't reckon West Ham will score.
No, the one thing I would say about West Ham that I do remember from the Cup game at Upton Park a few weeks ago was that we played further forward attacking, and I think that sort of caught them out because it's not really how we play. But when we did play further, we were getting men over all the time, and their defence was just all over the place. And I think there's no reason why that couldn't happen tonight. I think if you get beyond their midfield, you can expose their defence, and especially I just feel that Martial being fit is a very, very big positive because he's direct. And also we've got Rashford. I can't see us not scoring at least 2 goals, and I don't think we will concede any more than 2. So we'll win it. We'll win. We're going to win. We're going to win. But what I would say is don't start getting down about a draw. I don't think Man City are going to beat Swansea on Sunday at all. I don't know what the points gap is. I think we're a point behind them at the moment. No, we're 2 points behind them at the moment. So worst case scenario, lose and then they draw against Swansea. We beat Bournemouth, same points. Goal difference for us is rubbish. They get 4th place. Draw today. We'll beat Bournemouth. Man City have then got to beat Swansea. I don't think they're going to beat them. So a draw isn't a terrible result. Don't get down about it. Don't be all like Van Gaal out. Be Van Gaal out now. We want him out now. But a draw.
We need to support our club.
Yeah, we can't lose tonight. If we want 4th place, we can't lose. I think if we draw, we'll still get top 4 because I don't think Man City will beat Swansea. They're finished. City. If you've watched them at the weekend, they are absolutely gone. They're spineless mercenaries anyway, but they're gone. The best they'll get on Saturday is a draw. But excited. Bit of exercise. Come on. Calm it down. Bring it in. Come on. Feel it. Let's go.
I reckon we've got this. I do. I really think that this could be an exceptional match for us. There's that fire in the players and we're just going to bring it.
Yeah, I'm up for it. Unfortunately, if people are asking for the stream now, this is Manchester United Stand. It's a United fan channel. We can't show you the live games. It's a watch-along. Watch it however you watch it. Mute your commentary and hit in with our match time, which will start over here the second our stream starts. Pause it to match in with us. We watch it together, and it's gonna. I think this is going to be the best watch along yet because we really are watching this together with passion and pride, and we're going to turn these scummy hammers over and do them because of what they've done to our team bus. If anyone's joining us late, they've basically attacked the team bus. That's why it's a late kickoff, chucking stuff at it. Hooligan days. So yeah, however you're watching the game, or if you don't want to watch the game, just watch the watch along. We'll keep you updated with what's going on. But I know a lot of you will be watching it, so just I'll click the match time when it starts when we're watching it. Just pause to join up with us and let's watch this because that's what the watch along is all about. United fans having their say on the game and being passionate, and we want it. So Giant Red Devil, so am I. Savage, says Joe Hayward. Robbie Savage or what? Lee Van Gaal to sign a 10-year contract, probably. I mean, what I would say very quickly about that is that Lee Van Gaal is staying, and I know there's a lot of people saying I'm not going to support Manchester United anymore. I don't agree with that. You know, United could be in the conference and I'd still support them. That's what supporting your club is. I don't agree with people who say, oh, you should, I would have sacrificed top 4 to get rid of Van Gaal, and I think that is being a Manchester United fan. I won't sacrifice it now because to sacrifice it, that means we've got to lose a game. I don't want that to happen. But at the weekend, if City had done what they should have done, got top 4, Van Gaal gets sacked, I'd have been happy about that because I wanted Mourinho. this situation we're in now, I don't want us to lose, so I'm not going to sacrifice top 4. But I don't, and I think that is a way of supporting Man United. I think when you're looking beyond short-term pain to long-term gain, that's supporting Manchester United. But I don't think going, I'm going to walk away from the club if Van Gaal's here next year. Personally, I don't buy into that. I don't think that's the way to be. I can understand the frustration. I think we're in for hell next year if Van Gaal's here, but I won't be walking away. Got the United stand to do for a start, but I wouldn't anyway, because you're not being a real fan. It is like, relegation the lot. You're still there. You're still supporting the club. That's what being a real fan is. And I think a lot of us are feeling that tonight because we hate Van Gaal. We're not happy with the situation at United, especially in light of the snubbing Marino and Sanchez today. We hate Van Gaal, but in a way, out of adversity unites us, and the horrible events before this game and the reason it's delayed because of hooliganism from West Ham fans, I think it's brought us together and actually has made this game, when we were all a bit down before about what's happened and we were up for this game, I think we're really up for it now, Zara.
Yeah, no, we are definitely up for it. I've got some score predictions in to read out just before the match starts. Joey has messaged us. Good old Joey from United fans put 3-2 United. He reckons West Ham can score two goals there. Raw is also messaged saying he's going 3-2 to United as well. Same score prediction as Joey. But Draughty Devil says that he's also saying a red card for Mark Noble. Do you think that would be the case?
I think there's a red card in it, and I think
yeah.
I hope it's their player who gets the red card, but I think there's a red card in it. Very quickly, obviously, we'll talk more about Sanchez and Hummels and Marino at half time because we're building to the game now. But very quickly, for those people who didn't realise, the Manchester United team bus has been attacked by West Ham fans and smashed up. That's why it's delayed by 45 minutes. Van Gaal's come out and said, sort of using it as an excuse, but I would agree with that excuse, and I think Zara would as well, because it'll go one or two ways. You want the players to be pumped up and angry about it, but if they are pumped up and angry about it, then that means you're burning more adrenaline, you tire quicker. Also, you might go into a tackle a bit more reckless than you would do if you were focused. So that is an effect. Or it could go the other way, like we saw with Luke Shaw in that tackle, where you're traumatised by it, you're not on the game, you're not committed. It could go one or two ways. What we're hoping for is focused professionalism, the job that they were going to come and do before the bus was attacked. Do the job, play to your best, win this game 3 or 4-1, which I think we can do. I don't want to be here at full time going, we were clearly affected by the attack on that bus. West Ham fans are scum. Yeah. They are. And but
I hope we can say that we were affected in the sense in a good impact.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be interesting to see. There is a ready-made excuse, and I know Van Gaal uses excuses all the time, but actually, I'd sort of agree with it, because if I don't think many of you would have been at football in the 80s. I was at Highbury as a 9-year-old in an FA Cup quarter-final and was having hot cups of tea and cups of something else poured on us, and that was football in the 80s. It was hooliganism, and that was quite terrifying. So I can imagine what it was like being on a bus, having stuff thrown at you, especially when you're a footballer on 300 grand a week and you don't really have much to do with the chavvy public. So I imagine that was quite frightening. And it can affect you, the human beings at the end of the day. So there we go. The match is about to start. I will kick it off. Not personally, I'm not at Upton Park, but I will kick off the time. Oh, come on, Mark. The second it starts, it will start on your screen here. So get ready to rumble, literally, Manchester United.
Come on, United, we can do this.
Who is the ref anyway? I don't know who the ref is. Bold. I bet it's what's his name. We're off. Okay, the time has started.
Let's go. Let's have it. Rashford's up front on his own.
Yes, so very quick impressions. Yeah, as I predicted, Herrera is playing in at number 10. Matters on the right. Rooney's playing centre midfield with Schneidlin. Big game for Schneidlin tonight, Zara. He's a player who's overlooked, and this is right up his street. He's a combative midfielder. I'd love him to have a good game today. I mean, I love Michael Carrick, but I think Carrick not playing was a good idea because he's too old to play.
Yeah, definitely. He is. In matches like these, we can't have someone like Carrick because it does slow it down a bit. We don't need that. We need to just be quick thinking, fast pace on that ball, and let's just get and score some goals. That's what we need.
Arthur Bruce says I'm a rubbish commentator. You've really hurt me. I don't care. And Neelash says, "Where's the game?" Obviously, we still get people turning up for the watch along, thinking we're going to beam the game out. Watch the game however you want to watch it. Don't watch it, whatever. There's the time as to how the game's going. This is basically matching with our time. If you're watching it live somewhere, pause it to match in with us and get commenting and get involved in it naturally. West Ham with a free kick here, and Andy Carroll up already, winning the ball in the air. We're letting it bounce about in the box a bit. West Ham are up for it. We'd expect that. The thing is, we're away, and
we are.
Their crowd are going to be up for this, so we've got to be a bit careful these first few minutes. I don't condone defensive football, but I think we've got to be a little bit defensive for the first few minutes, and because this crowd, as we know from the attack on the bus anyway, are mad up for Manchester United, and I don't think there's anything they'd like more in this world than to do us over in their last game at the Anne Boleyn ground, or the Upton Park, or the shithole as I call it. But what I would say is Wembley, last game we played Germany and lost. Just because it's the last game doesn't mean you're going to win, and I'm confident we're going to win this game. Let's just, I don't normally condone boring football, but first 10 minutes, keep them out, bore them to death, and then let's start hitting them on the break with Anthony Martial.
Yeah. Mike Dean is the ref, just to let you know.
Yeah, I thought it was him. He's rubbish. There's not many referees I do like. I used to like Howard Webb for obvious reasons, but Oliver's rubbish, Clattenburg's rubbish, Mike Dean is rubbish.
What do you think of the match so far with the way that we're playing?
Well, 2 minutes in, it's hard to say, but
I know.
It's
VG smiling.
Yeah, they all look quite relaxed, to be honest.
Yeah. I would have thought it would have been a bit shaken up after that bus incident.
I know that's only they had a short picture there of Van Gaal and Giggs, but the body language, as I was talking about before the game, the body language for me just screams out that he's been told he's staying for a while, and that will please Giggs because he doesn't want Mourinho, because Mourinho will get rid of him. We'll talk about it more at half time. I really want this game to get going, but we are doing what I thought we would do and hoped we would do at the moment. We're just keeping the ball side to side, pretty much like we do all season, but that's not a bad thing to do in this game for the first 10 minutes, because you want West Ham to get a little bit frustrated, and there's a good tackle there from I think it was Rojo, to be honest, but side to side football again, and we will do this I think for the first 10 minutes and hopefully not beyond that, but it is side to side backwards passing at the moment, but that is it's a bad atmosphere. It's a hostile atmosphere. They are chasing down every ball. Just keep the ball, tire them out, frustrate them, try and hit them on the break, and we'll win this game, and that's what we want to see. Let's have a look. John, I'm not answering that comment. Your team isn't rubbish, man. Do good. I'm cheering for you, says the Gaming Menace 1234. Let's go. Rugby. Let's have it. How are the under-21s going? They were 3-0 up at half-time, I think, with 2 goals from Pereira and an assist. Should be playing today. Should have been playing a lot more of that. But Night Whisper, get the first goal. Come on. Yeah, I'm with you.
We need to get a goal straight away as soon as possible. And then that'll just rev everyone on to carry on.
Red Devils 22 says he's so nervous. I'm not nervous. I don't get nervous watching United under Van Gaal. I get bored, but I'm not nervous. I'm really confident we're better than them. Yeah. I think we've been better than most teams we've played this season.
Martial's definitely going for it then.
Yeah, it's a goal kick. But
he seems quite fit, for someone who had a hamstring injury.
Yeah. Well, I think he was. He only just missed out at the weekend. I think it was more like
They just didn't want to try anything just in case it was more serious.
Which is the right thing to do, definitely.
Yeah, it was a good call, definitely. And you can see that he's definitely, with having that match out, he really wants a goal now. Although, just to let people know who haven't seen it, Alex has got, his curse may continue as his missus has just got him a Martial shirt. So Martial could decline next season.
Yeah, very big chance of that. Yasser from Brazil wants to say hello. Emma says, Mark, you are the best, and that I didn't make that up. She did say that, and she is right, and I don't know her. Jordan Roberts, answer me, please. Come on, you Reds. Sorry, sometimes it flies through, Jordan. I do try to get everyone in. Ron says Emma wants a piece of Mark. Maybe. Lou Van El's bored me to death, says Barry G. Charlie Nicholas said on Sky Sports website that Manchester United are not a big club anymore. We'll talk about that at half time. Brilliant, Ahmed. We will talk that. That will be the topic for half time. But hopefully we'll have a lot more to talk about at half time. Hopefully we'll have a few events, because I don't have a massive problem with what Manchester United are doing at the moment, which is basically killing the game. We've got to do that because West Ham want to win it, and 1-0 will do for us. 1-0 will do. West Ham have ruined the farewell from the Berlin's T700 run. Good. Absolutely disgraceful behaviour. You know what? I sometimes think United fans this season, we've had a lot of infighting and we've turned into Arsenal fans. And I for one, don't want that anymore. I want to give the crap to all the other clubs, and that's what Van Gaal has caused at Manchester United. We spend so much time infighting because there's so many internal politics, and that's why we want rid of Van Gaal, really. And the board need to do better. But tonight isn't about that. We've been attacked by West Ham fans. It's not on, and the club comes first, and we want to win this. But we're approaching the 10-minute mark, and it's fast-paced, but nobody's really getting hold of the game. There's not a lot of space. Midfield is very congested. I don't know whether you noticed that, Zara.
Sorry, I'm reading through the comment.
All right.
Harrison says, can we give him a wave? A Dele Alli wave?
Oh, yeah, that's like... Can you turn the camera around, please? Well, I'm watching Emmerdale. You don't want to watch that. Don't worry, if you're not watching it, you can't watch it. Don't worry, we will keep you updated. We're up for this. And if you are watching it, just sink in with our time and commentary and get commenting on it. I mean, an important thing, because obviously we are watching it as well, but we're a United fan channel, and the main thing we do this is to get your opinion as well. So, 10 minutes in, I think personally it's exactly what we needed to do, which is kill West Ham off. Keep them quiet. Worst case scenario would have been letting them get a goal in the first 5 minutes. Kill them for the first 20 minutes, 10 minutes, and start trying to hit them on the break a bit, because they will tire. Yeah. But give us your thoughts on it. I mean, that's my approach.
Definitely. I think that'll be the case. We need this goal to spur us on, though, because we do have this habit of we wait around to get a goal, and then once we've done that, we've given them just one opportunity, and they've just gone for it and they've scored, and we can't have that. I like who we're playing at the moment. Big Mike's on the ball at the moment, Smalling, and he's egging them on. He's trying to get everyone into a good space to let people have the opportunity to create the chances that we need. I think Martial will create many chances tonight.
I mean, the problem there was that Smalling picks the ball up in the back, runs into space into their half, and then turns around and passes it back to Herrera, who's in the centre-back position, who then passes it back to De Gea. And I think this is what Paul Scholes is getting at, really. It's just not... Van Gaal said at the weekend, I'm not a manager who takes risks. And that sentence in itself means you're not a Manchester United manager, because Manchester United have always... Their play is all about taking risks. It was about getting the ball out wide and midfielders risking it and going forward. Oh, my God. It's 1-0 to West Ham.
Oh, for God's sake.
And it's the softest goal you'll ever see.
It's like slow motion. United do this all the flipping time. They constantly just give them one opportunity and then they just score.
And I'm not joking. It is like the softest goal you'll ever see. David De Gea should not be letting that in. And I'm going to give David De Gea a little bit of time because he's such a good manager, but a goalkeeper. But it was like... I think it's Payet finds a bit of space on the left. Yeah. No, it's not Payet, because Payet's on the left. Somebody on the left, pull back, and he's running back onto it. He doesn't get there. It's bad. It's bad goalkeeping. That's not a good goal.
That is, yeah.
He's not got a lot of power into it. He's on the turn. It's into the bottom corner. It deflects off Blind, and I think that's what does it. Watching it back. Oh, no, he's at full stretch. He can't do that. It's not unlucky. Really unlucky that. I'm going to retract that.
This is what I'm saying. We always do this to another team. We give them one opportunity and then they just score. It's ridiculous. We can't keep doing this. I mean, after what they've done, all their fans have just done to our team bus, we should be out there fighting like heck And I hope, see, Mata now is getting aggressive, and he is going to score. Well, literally, he's going to spur on a goal for us, because this is what we need. We can't concede early. It's the most pathetic thing we could do as a team.
Calm it down. Calm it down. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It'll be fine, because that is just breathe it in, take it down. There's bubbles everywhere, blow me, and it's a bad deflection. It took a bad deflection, as Kevin Rooney said. I was blaming De Gea there, because the striker is sort of like the ball. There's the goal. I'm looking at the goal. The cross comes in, and he's having to step back to turn and hoop around it. He's not blasting it, but it looks like, yeah, De Gea should save it, but when he show it back, the shot hits off Blind slightly, and De Gea's at full stretch. He can't save it. So it's not De Gea's fault. It's a lucky goal. But this game is going to be fast paced. It's going to be even more fast paced now. We need to get up for it. I think that West Ham defence is pregnable, and we can do it. And we've just got to stick in there. Don't let our heads drop. The danger is, like Zara said, because of what's gone on before the game, we panic a bit. But well done, Mata, getting back there. We are getting. I tell you what, they're cutting holes in our defence so deep. Adele's rolling in it.
Right, okay, I have to give you that one.
Yeah,
that one was great.
I apologise for being relaxed. It's not because I want Manchester United to lose in the vain hope that Van Gaal will get sacked. It's just because I think there's a long time to go. That was a lucky goal, and we'll come back into it. The only danger is, and Zara is right, I'm looking at Rashford running there, and his head looks a little bit down. Remember how old Rashford is. You wonder whether something like that bus incident would impact on him, and Valencia's just given a corner away from quite a... I don't know whether he should have given a corner away, but we can't get too down. But we did say this game was going to be exciting. It's not going to be 0-0 at half-time. Scorpion129 Gaming says he's got a bad feeling about this. Valhalla out for sure if we lose tonight. He's not going anywhere. We'll talk about that at half-time. You wait, this ain't for the Hammers, I'm out of here. The scum deserve nothing, absolutely nothing. And that's right from Mark McCallum, not Goldbridge. But I agree. We can always blame the bus, says Bernard Ryan. We can, but we don't want to. We don't want to. So Zara, you think you're a bit worried about the attitude so far?
Yes, purely because we have seen the and sorry, it's a corner, and I was just getting really
They
worried.
always try that stupid corner routine. Like I remember them doing it at in the FA Cup game. It's the old if anyone can remember it. Beckham takes the corner to the edge of the box and Scholes volleys it in. Well, they were trying to do it to Ross Noble. It's a bit like I don't know. There's an analogy there, but it's not. Mark Noble is no Paul Scholes at the end of the day. He's not going to volley it off a corner past David De Gea. No way of the week. There we go.
See, exactly. People are commenting saying like, John's put same old story. It is same old story. We concede an early goal, and then, like you said before, Rashford's head is just looking low. I mean, we can't do this where we're having the players' motivation be deflated all the time. They need to keep their heads up. They need to think of the fans. Our fans need to be chanting like crazy and just going for it. But this is what worries me, is that it worries me that United just get deflated all the time and give up, and we can't give up. We need to have a winning mentality and go for it.
Yeah, well, they are dictating the play a bit at the moment. Mark Noble is this. I mean, this is the problem. It's early days. I'm not going to jump on any bandwagons because I've played football, as I'm sure a lot of you have, and games can change very, very quickly. We could have a penalty in the next minute, and suddenly the game will change. We're not out of this game by any means, but we do need to get a little bit of a grip because we can't afford to lose that second goal. Emma Burns, I like her. She's already said nice things about me. She also said, let's stuff this scum West Ham, or words to that effect. Callum Azar says Herrera's going to score today. Levan House tactics facepalm, says Jay Hayward. I mean, it's a good point. Tactics wise, I know some of you don't like to talk about tactics, but I can do that. Tactics wise, I think there's a lot of endeavour. We're just not getting our foot on the ball because West Ham's midfield is better than our midfield, which is, and when I say better, they shouldn't be technically better. But Noble and I forget the name of the big lad. Is it Coyote or something like that? They're very combative and they're getting at us and they're winning a lot of the first and second balls. which is why I said at the start it's a massive game for Schneiderlin, and it also could be a problem for Rooney, because I don't think Rooney is a centre midfielder by any stretch of the imagination. I think he's a band-aid on our midfield at the moment, but I want him to play. I just would rather Herrera drop back and Rooney play at number 10. Definitely not up front, but number 10. Deutsch football master, our players are mentally weak. I think our players are a reflection of the manager, who basically tells them what to do. But tonight is one of them games where you can't play. It's a very good point actually from the Dutch football master there, because the way Van Gaal sets his team up, you've got a job to do and you're very specific about your job. It's nothing about being passionate or playing on your wits. Unfortunately, tonight is one of them games, as Sarah said, where you've got to play passionately and play for the shirt. Yeah. And Van Gaal doesn't do that. He's a methodical European tactical manager who doesn't like ill discipline or passion, and that could cost us, because that's what we need tonight. I think if we go toe to toe with West Ham, we'll beat them, and Ferguson definitely would.
I don't think I've ever been this annoyed before at United. I actually don't think I have. I'm losing it. I'm very sorry for my temper.
Chill out. What's stressing you out? That's the important thing.
It's just the fact that we've had those fans have just absolutely battered our team bus, and then we have the audacity to let some little soft deflected goal like that go into our net so early in the match. It's ridiculous. Oh, I think Abs21 commented before saying she's going to be they're going to be shocked if ambulances aren't arriving at my house by the end of this match, and I agree with that.
Well, we don't want to see anything like that. Just keep it nice and calm. Ravens Nation's probably getting comment of the night. Rojo is garbage. He is defensively awful. I do not understand why Cameron Borthwick-Jackson is not playing at left back. He can deliver the ball as well as Rojo, as good as Rojo does, but he's also never really put a foot wrong when he's played. But Rojo, I can count at least 2 times every game. That's a bad slip by Valencia, but unfortunately it doesn't lead to anything. But West Ham are pushing on a bit here. We've just got to ride it out. 1 goal's nothing. As I said, it's at very early days. We'll win this game, but it's a good shot straight at De Gea. We'll win this game, but if we don't win it, anything can happen. But as long as we don't lose it, we'll be fine. City will not win at Swansea. If we draw and beat Bournemouth, we'll get 4th place. So let's not get all bad about it. This is a difficult environment. West Ham are a good side. This is their last game. They're going to be up for it the first half an hour. Ride it out. We only need... We'll win it. We'll win it. I'm confident we're going to win it. So let's just hang in there. Slow it down a bit. Take our time. Get a corner, because we're always good at them.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Get Jones on just for that.
To be honest, I don't know. This is why I don't know why Ashley Young's not getting picked, because at least he might dive and get a penalty. At this stage of the season, anything will do.
Exactly. I mean, Young should have been played, I would have thought.
I think Rashford though is worrying me. He just doesn't look up for it, and you wonder. Young lad. I don't know whether anybody else agrees with this, but young lad Rashford, he's on the bus, and Andy Carroll's clean through here. Oh, good save De Gea again. He's probably just kept us in this game. Andy Carroll's running through again. I'll say it again. Hole so deep in our defence that Adele is rolling in it, and it was wide open there. Andy Carroll was running through, if you can call it running through. He's slower than Fellaini, but De Gea makes the save. It should have been 2-0. It's 1-0. Issues, and I'm starting to worry about these issues in the head of the United players, because this is uncharacteristically bad. Defensively.
I do reckon Borthwick-Jackson should have been playing. They should have started it.
Nobody's... Who is that up on the left keeping him on side? Daley Blind. It's awful defending. He's like, Daley Blind is like 10 yards behind Andy Carroll, but in the left back position, and Andy Carroll stood on his own up front. The ball comes through, he runs about 20 yards and has a shot. Good save by De Gea. We're all at sea. Defence is all at sea, like a bunch of dolphins. They've overhit that corner. I mean, no, they haven't. They've got somebody on the back. We've got to be careful, because West Ham can really...
Well, we're not being careful.
No, it's not 2-0. It's the ball's in the back of the net. The ball's in the back of the net, but the ball's gone out.
Oh my God!
Jesus Christ! We're hanging in. We're hanging in here.
Told you. See, I'm not going to have any hair by the end of this match. It's going to be all gone.
There was an overhit corner by Payet, and the cross comes in. It flips off the back of a United player. I can't see how that's gone out. I can't see how it has gone out because they've said it's gone out, and then but the ball goes in, and you can't really see how it's gone out to come back in. But we're hanging in, fingertips time. I'm starting to having to revise my thoughts, but I've got to try and keep Zara calm as well. But
yes, you do.
Things can only get better.
I feel like we've swapped roles for once. Usually you're the really negative one.
Oh dear.
I want to go back to being the ray of sunshine. That would be so positive.
Well, it isn't a lie to say that West Ham should be at least 2 up.
Exactly. Come on, where is the fight? Oh my god, the possession. Ridiculous.
At least I think we might win it on possession. It is a bad start, Jordan. We just got really lucky, says Lars. Shocking, says Gavin MUFC Lee. West Ham fans need to fall over. So disrespectful, they should grow up. David De Gea, brilliant. Yeah, I mean, he's player of the year again. Made a fantastic save there. Couldn't have done anything about the goal. Got no midfield whatsoever, says GTF Mbalati. This is shocking, says Corey. Marcus found his inner peace, says Ron Sayer. If you joined us at 7 o'clock, which was an hour and a half before the game, I think I tired myself out ranting about Sanchez and that, but I'll try again at half time. But this game I'm sort of in a moment of shock, if I'm honest, because it's not how I ever saw it going, and I'm just hoping we are going to suddenly ignite at some point because it's toothless, and Rooney's just hit a conversion for 3. Johnny Wilkinson will be proud of that, way over the bar. But no, it's not a very good start. And I don't. Yeah. What frustrates me the most is, and I am going to defend the team here. What frustrates me the most is this whole busting that's gone on before it, because I can't do anything but defend the players because it probably was an horrific thing and it messes with your head. And Rashford's just not in this game, not in it at all.
Do you think Rashford is nervous because Roy Hodgson has postponed his Euro 2016 lineup till Monday? Well, and it's coincidence that Hodgson's at the match.
He shouldn't be going anyway, should he? And Rashford shouldn't be going anywhere near the Euros, and I mean that's my opinion. I don't know what anybody else thinks on that, but
I think it'd be way too soon. He needs to enjoy the game first and not have so much pressure on his shoulders. Otherwise, you could just try and make him peak way too soon than what he's ready. Because this is just the scraping of it for Rashford. There's so much potential to him. He's not even reached his peak yet.
Manchester United is the username. Think positive, we can win. That's on the comment section. It's nothing. It's not some statement from me. But I totally agree. I totally agree. I'm not. It's too early days. We should be 3-0 down. We're not. We've just got the ball in the box there to Herrera. We're not. But what we're not doing in this first 23 minutes that we did against them in the FA Cup is getting forward into the final third and not overlapping, but getting 4v3 situations and overlapping. It is overlapping essentially, but we were doing that a lot in the cup game, and West Ham have either learnt their lesson, but they're creating a lot more as well. But they're not getting exposed. Although Rashford, he had the chance there, and he dummied it, and there's nobody there behind him. But it's only 1-0. It's only 1-0. It could have been 2-0. It probably should have been 2-0. It could have been 3-0. It's 1-0. Hang in there. And as I said, we need to win it. We do need to win it. I agree with that. But a point isn't a disaster because I don't think City will get anything at Swansea. But there's a lot of frustration in the comment section that this is not what we expected.
There's a lot of frustration constantly. Exactly, we need to close down faster.
Yeah, I saw that comment from Wayne 170372003. We do need to close down much better. But I think this game so far is a massive wake up call to those people who, and Gary Pallister was one who said Rooney's perfect to take over from Scholes in the midfield. Rooney's not a centre midfielder of Manchester United quality. I did an article on this 18 months ago. Rooney is a centre midfielder. He might want to play there because he's not quick enough to play up front anymore, but he's not a Manchester United class centre midfielder. And well, he will be under Van Gaal because we'll be mid-table next year. But that's where Rooney would be a good centre midfielder for somebody like Everton or a mid-table side. He's not a top 4 midfielder by any chance of the imagination. You imagine what someone like Matic would do to him, or even the likes of Fernandinho at Manchester City, or Kante, Leicester, this Coyote and Noble at West Ham. They're running rings around him because he's not that quality of a midfield. It's being overrun, like GTF says. Deutsche, football master, Herrera is not good. Our best performances this season have been with Herrera in the team, Everton away, West Ham in the Cup. But doesn't mean he's going to play well every game. He's not in this game at the moment, but who is in this game? Who is having a good game for United? Because even the defence isn't playing well. Again, it's De Gea, man of the match.
Well, this is what I mean. It happens all the time. De Gea is constantly saving us.
What score do you think now, says Manchester United? I'd be an idiot to say 4-1 to United, but there's still long enough for that to happen. But I think at the moment, the first task is to get level. We take it from there. Anything could happen. It hasn't been the game, Zara, I thought it was going to be, in the sense that I don't think there is going to be a red card. There isn't any mad tackles going around. We've definitely, between the two extremes of how do you react to your bus being attacked, you're either 11 raving lunatics or you're 11 pussycats. And unfortunately, we're 11 pussycats at the moment.
Paul from the United stand, he predicted 2-1. That can happen.
To United?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4-1 can happen as well. To United.
It can.
Yeah. Dream on.
You're extremely positive.
We're getting into this game now. Rooney's just done his trademark ball out to the right to Valencia.
Come on. Cheer me up, lads. Do something impressive.
I mean, Rashford's got 3 players around him here. Oh no, it's Marshall. It's a good ball to Valencia, who actually puts a decent cross in. And a shot from Rojo. I think it was a foul given anyway. But better. It's better. It's some action around our box.
There. Really good position.
Unfortunately,
that's what we need.
The cross comes in and it's like 2 giants against Mata. And it wasn't a bad cross for once from Valencia. He's getting better. 1 out of 10 actually is legible. Jim Longley's talking about next season and he's concerned. We'll talk about that at half time. Manchester United and the ramifications, the big ramifications from what's happened this morning. But at the moment, we are talking way too much about stuff I didn't want to be talking about. I didn't expect to be talking about because I thought this game would be a bit more fast-paced than this. At the moment, the way it's going, 28 minutes in, I would probably... Well, no, there's still 15 minutes left for us to do something in this half, but I was nearly going to say I'd take 1-0 at half-time and let's sort it out at half-time because the tactics are terrible. Players just don't look up for it.
I'd rather us get a goal. I would rather us get a goal and be spurred on to win in the second half.
Yeah, Dance Fever's saying we need a goal before half-time. You know what? 1-0 with 10 minutes to go and we just start pummeling them. I'm happy with that. Well, I won't be happy with that.
Statistically, Manchester United always do better if they have a goal in the first half. I think it's always that, I can't remember how likely, I think it's like a really high percent.
Yeah.
Oh, Rashford was going for it then. I think he's getting back in the swing of things. Hey, Ron Size, but I think Mark has been taking something tonight. He's so calm, he's on the happy pills. I agree with that. What have you given me?
But I did my rant at 7 o'clock. But I'm getting old now. It takes me a good couple of hours to get that back, and I use up all the petrol, and that's it. Well, you wanted West Ham to come out at us, says Gavin. I did, but I expected us to throw a few punch backs. But
exactly. Let's all blame Mark for this. Let's all blame him.
No, let's blame the West Ham scumbags for doing our bus. I mean, Andy Carroll is bossing it, and I'm surprised nobody's... maybe I'll leave it a couple of minutes what I'm actually thinking about. Why is Andy Carroll bossing this game? And it might be something to do with... somebody who's not playing who likes to throw elbows around, but he would definitely have played him today because that's what we do. We play big players to play against big players, but there's no excuses with this lineup. I can't, I didn't moan about the lineup apart from Rojo, which it's not like Fellaini's playing. I don't want Rojo playing at left back. I think he's an accident waiting to happen, but it's not a major thing. When you look at the midfield 3 and the front 3, I wouldn't pick a better team than this. It's just not awful from Rooney there, trying to switch it to the left.
That was ridiculous.
Rooney looks off the pace as well. The thing is, in professional...
But I did say he did look, put off by that bus incident. He actually physically did.
Yeah, well, we are winning. We've got 62 possession, so that, at least we're winning that 62%. But
Yeah.
I'm being ironic. Somebody said it doesn't matter about possession. I know, but professional football or professional sportsmen, especially at this level, even a 5% drop off in your performance could lead to you lose. Oh, they're in. Another person messing around with
God.
it. We'll
Why
get
are
back
we doing
here.
this
We'll get
again?
back here. Oh, it's not 2-0, don't worry. I thought it was going to be because Payet got onto his right foot in the penalty
1-0,
box.
just to clarify, guys.
Yeah, still 1-0. I thought it was going to be. Was it Smalling who slipped? No. Valencia slipped over twice now. He needs to change his boots. He slipped over twice now. First time he got away with it. Second time, we only got away with it because the ball bobbled on Payet, put it over the bar. But as we're saying, 5% drop off in a professional sportsman's performance at this level could lead to you losing a game of snooker 6-0, being thrashed at tennis, whatever like that, because it's such fine margins. And if United aren't up for this, and they don't look like they're up for this, we'll be fortunate to get into at 1-0 at half time because they're absolutely hammering us. And you have to wonder, is it just the normal rubbish Louis van Gaal tactics, or is it that the players' heads aren't in it? I mean, I'm looking at Mata there, and he's like, there's 2 or 3 players that as they're running around, their heads, they looked zapped. And the adrenaline, it's all about adrenaline in professional football. And the adrenaline that you will lose from your heart rate going because the bus is being attacked, it is a factor. It's a sad factor. And I don't want United to have any excuses.
I don't want to have any excuses.
I don't want us to have any excuses because we've had enough excuses this year. But it's a genuine excuse. Can't lie that.
I was reading some comments, but yeah, to be honest, I agree with some of the comments. You're going to hate me for this, and I'm shocked that I'm saying it, but I actually think that Fellaini might have been useful in this match. Fair enough, he would have been swinging some elbows around and stuff, but maybe his fiery attitude would have spurred all the players on.
Yeah, it's not like we're playing any decent football anyway, so it's not that it would matter.
It's just that, for instance, like Rooney with that bad pass before and everything to the left, it's just not like him. I would have thought Rooney, would have come out and been a proper leader after that incident. Yeah, none of them are playing well, everyone's saying. What else are people saying? It was Martial that slipped, not Valencia.
Was Martial slipped? Right. Okay. Well, whatever the case, there's players slipping around, which we can't be. Oh, there's a good chance there. Missed it.
Oh my!
Decent cross. Oh no, it wasn't right. It was a good cross that came in. I'd love to know who put the cross in. And I thought Rashford had headed it wide. He didn't. It hit the arm of shoulder of a West Ham player.
Come on then. Corner.
But corner for United, we're going to score these. I'm ready to jump up because we always score from corners. And we don't score from a corner. It gets cleared for the 7,000th time this year. Don't worry, we have an ironic laugh when Man United get a corner because we never score from corners. As most of you will know, the last time we scored from a corner, Schweinsteiger, Leicester, November. Draughty Devils just said Lingard is a disgrace. He's not even on the pitch.
Oh, what's he done?
I don't know.
Has anyone seen this?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm just there's some footage from the. Right. I know what he's on about. There's. Oh dear. I don't think Lingard's done himself any favours. Let's be honest. He's basically, when the bus is being attacked, he's done a little selfie of it happening. And he's down like this, laughing and going, ooh, ooh. Which is, I'm not hanging him out to dry, but I'm just saying it's a bit stupid when it's, what I'm saying is we're not going to be able to use it as a bloody excuse for losing a game of football when Jesse Lingard's on the bus going, ooh, ooh, ooh. I mean, but if you look at the footage, I think Draughty Devil may have tweeted it out. Mark gives a wave, Emma. Happy to do it for you, Emma. when you look at the footage when it's being tweeted out, the players are in the aisle, down like this, away from the windows, and it's pretty much bedlam. It's well worth having a look. I don't know how it's got out though, because it's Jesse Lingard filming himself, and he's down in the aisle with Valencia and everyone like this, and but he's having a good old laugh about it. Doesn't help. Payet is suffering with injury a little bit. That's the sort of thing that could help us. It could help us. Let's see.
Yeah, it is. That is beneficial for us. No,
he's still on the pitch. Not going to help us. But yeah, absolutely shocking. The Draughty Devil did say Lingard is a disgrace. But Ron say, I'll read your comments out. It's just Emma's. My eyes just go to her. You know, it kills the game. I'm a West Ham fan, but I disagree with it. Nathan Edison. I don't know what he's disagreeing about. Lingard, don't worry, we will win this 3-2. Thank you, Mark, says Emma. You know, I don't know who Emma is.
Yeah. I reckon Emma is your mum.
No.
Within the comments while we were chatting, I reckon Emma's your mum.
Ishmael saying, come on, West Ham. Rooney's getting up for it a bit, arguing with the referee. I mean, this is what I always say about Rooney. He is the captain of this side. He's got to grab hold of it and do something about it, because it's not good enough at the moment. But Rooney needs to be a 20-year-old, wasn't injured. Oh, kick the ball. Every Rojo gets the ball, he passes back, ignoring Marshall's run. Yeah, Deutsche Footballmeister's very, very, very knowledgeable about the old football. Joe Hayward, Anthony Valencia's left leg, the most redundant item in world football. Yeah. Tara, you're peng, apparently, whatever that means.
See, this is what I mean. You don't know slang. Don't read those things out.
I don't know what it means, so I'm going to read it. He might. I don't know what it means.
Thank you, whoever that was.
Sorry, we need to get back to the game. The reality is, we're approaching half time. United are playing absolutely crap as per usual. We've not had a shot on goal again, and West Ham should be 2 or 3-0 up, but we are getting the ball. We're winning on possession, and I can't wait for half time to have a good old moan. Starting to feel it again, but we are coming back into it slightly more. Awful. You can't. Somebody just said it there in the live comments box. They've just obviously seen what Lingard's done. I'll tell you what we'll do. I will find the tweet, and if you follow us on Twitter, I'm going to retweet it now. And
at United Stand, MUFC. Liking that, Mark. See, plugging in the Twitter there.
So if you do follow us on Twitter, you can all have a look at that, maybe at half time or something. But it's some of them they're all on the bloody phones though. I mean, this is the modern football. They're all on the phones. They're all having a bit of a laugh about it. And but the thing for me is, I don't care about that. I'm not going to castigate players for, you can react to feel however you want to react to it, but you can't have a laugh about it and then come on the pitch and play like, oh, we were really affected by it, because fans aren't stupid. They'll see them videos and go, well, you were that traumatised, you were filming it and getting it tweeted out. It's not good enough. This is just not a very good performance from United, which is indicative of the last few months, I'm afraid. Sorry, but just seen the vid and they're all laughing their heads off, says Wayne. Yeah, you can have a little look at that if you want to for the moment. But Mark, wave and I will follow you, says Jake Jones. I don't really need to beg for followers. I'm very popular, but I will wave for you. And a bit of an arsehole as well. But I know that's what people like. Or maybe they just watch to look at Zara because she's paying, whatever that means.
Will you stop saying that, please?
Answers in the comments.
You think Emma's peng?
I don't know what it is. So
you're the one that thinks Emma. People in the comments, please agree with me that Mark believes that Emma is peng.
Well, somebody tell me what it is. Anyway, this is meant to be this is Manchester United's cup final, and we're talking about slang. And I want to talk Cockney slang.
This is what you're doing.
I want to talk Cockney slang like, Cockney slang like, let's...
Oh, don't split matter.
See, West Ham are flying into the tackles. They're getting the crowd up for it. They're winning the second balls. They're winning the first balls. And we're just like... We're showing about as much effort as a butterfly's fart. And we need to be playing like bloody dragons. some fire, rocket up the backside. Bilic, this is always what makes me laugh as well. Bilic is conducting his team and the crowd, while Louis van Gaal is colouring his bloody colouring book in, and that'll be Rojo in the book, yellow card. Be amazed if it isn't. Skinned again and takes the man. Oh, absolute rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Jordan agrees with you, Zara, about something. I don't know.
What was that about? Or maybe it was about me saying about you think Emma's Peng.
Apple and pears.
Yeah,
I like that. While we're bored watching Man United for the 50th time this season, give us some good Cockney slang. I like a bit of that. Apples and pears, that means stairs. Skin and blister, that's your sister. One up the bum, no harm done. That means what I just said.
You have actually taken something tonight, you. You must have. See, people are telling you in the comments what Peng means now.
I've missed it all.
Oh, go on. Don't. Oh. Mike.
I think we've got to that point I said 15 minutes ago, which I thought was a little bit early, but we definitely do now need to get to half time only 1-0 down, because West Ham are winning every single second ball. It just keeps coming into our box, and eventually, I remember West Ham playing Arsenal. They were 2-0 down at Upton Park, and they ended up, I think it ended up 3-3, or it did end up 3-3. But they just started playing the right ball, and Andy Carroll got 2. Fortunately, that was a shot from about 30 yards out. You're not going to beat De Gea from 30 yards out. Peng equals Rooney, says Josh Robson.
Yeah, Peng means fit. As in, someone's like, how can I put it to you? Someone's like very fit, or someone's like on point.
Well, I'm amazed. I've never heard that saying before.
Maybe it's because you're not from Manchester.
Oh, it's a corner. That was a corner. Damn. We don't want corners. Not with.
No, not from them.
Carroll in their side. But their corners have been pretty rubbish so far. Although they won that one over the bar, probably should have done better. De Gea's going absolutely mad because he's the only player doing anything. But we are fast approaching half time. So get thinking about what you want to say at half time. That half is absolutely flown by. Absolutely gutless is the line I'm going for the tweet. Give us what you think as well. Really has been not good, and I'm sad to say that because I didn't expect it. It wasn't what I predicted to happen. I expected a lot better. I'm just looking on Twitter actually. @SalAhmed11 says you have to say such a limp display in the most important game of the season when you have Carrick. Why play Rooney in centre midfield? I don't think Carrick could play, to be honest. I think he played like 3 games ago. He hasn't got the legs for this sort of game where they have been up for us. But interesting game, and not what I expected. And not when you think about we've really been handed 4th place on a plate, and really handed it on a plate. Man City should not have imploded like they have done, and we've got it. It's in our hands, and poor, really poor. And we must do better. And I just don't know whether Van Gaal is the man to give the sort of half-time talk. I mean, if this happened under Sir Alex Ferguson, you're going to get a different team in the second half. I don't know with Van Gaal. He just don't strike me as the sort of man who's going to give him a rollicking. And they need a rollicking. Oh, Zara, give us some good news. We've all gone quiet again.
Some good news? What good news is there? All I know is that you've got your missus called Emma. And that's the only news we have. Samuel Taylor's put this is more entertaining than the match itself.
Out-muscled, outplayed, outgunned, lifeless. Yeah. Brilliant from Josh. Mark, you're inspiring, says Jake. Jake, you're my new favourite. Emma, you're second. Sarah, I need a girlfriend, says Jordan.
Well, you don't know what Mark's got underneath.
Guys,
you can have him.
Where is Alex? Says G. Too many letters. Where is Alex? I don't know. I'm not crying. Louis van Gaal out. We do have better passing accuracy in this game, which is a positive. You've got to just hope. I suppose I'm probably going to be a hypocrite here because I'm going to say you would hope while it's 1-0, at least we're going to get a chance. But that's not really the case. Man United can go through a game without getting a chance, and that's the concern. But we need to peace and love, none of that. Rooney is brilliant in midfield, says Lamb Chops. Yeah, he is. He is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So many white knights trying to crack onto Zara over the internet. Samuel Taylor. We aren't getting stuck in where we are letting... Harry, you're right. He's saying we're not getting stuck in. We're letting them attack us. I think there's something going to happen here. No. I thought there was going to be a free kick. Oh, we're sort of hoping for a penalty, which I think you're never going to get.
You're not. You look from behind.
Unfortunately, Martial going down in the area. He's not got the Ashley Young knack. And watch Van Gaal take Rashford off at half time, says Callum. I think that's a good shot, Zara. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Rashford come off because he's not in it. He's not in it at all. Oh, Rojo. That's a big moment. Rojo just made a tackle in a one-on-one. That's a good sign. But it is half time. It is half time. Right. Zara, what do you do at half time? The floor is yours.
The floor's mine.
What would you do at half time?
I honestly don't know. I'm flabbergasted with what's been happening. Absolutely flabbergasted. But I mean, should we have expected this really? I mean, just at the moment when we need to win to get top 4, this is what happens.
I don't think we should have expected this at all. I think, as I was saying a couple of minutes ago, you know, we don't deserve top 4. I think we'd all agree with that. You get what you at the end of the league. You finish where you deserve to finish, and if we finish in 4th place, it'll be because there's worse teams than us, and they must be really bad. But the reality is, 4th place is in our hands. We're going to West Ham. West Ham have just been beaten 4-1. Yes, it's their last game. Yes, they've bloody bombed our bus. But the lads look like they're having a good time on their phones, laughing about it anyway. I expect more than that. I expect far more than that. And it's in your hands and there's no fight. And I think that's absolutely bloody inexcusable. What do you do at half-time to turn it round? Well, I'll go through the team for you. Everybody on that pitch for Manchester United is below a 5 or below, apart from De Gea, who kept us in the game with the one-on-one save with Carroll yet again. That nobody has come out of that half with any. I mean, Martial always tries. Rashford looks like his head's down. Mata and Herrera not doing anything. Schneiderlin totally, you know. I don't understand what's gone wrong with the midfielder who was the best midfielder, arguably, for 2 seasons at Southampton in the Premier League. And he's just a passenger in this side. Don't know whether it's lack of confidence, can't play his natural game, just doesn't make any sense. So Schneiderlin's not doing well. Rooney's not a centre midfielder. He's a band-aid in the midfield, as we keep saying. What changes would you make? I mean, I suppose I probably would bring Carrick on because I think he can get through 45 minutes and try and get hold of that midfield, which is what we do need to do. I probably would bring Carrick on. Who would I take off? Is it harsh to take Schneiderlin off? I think we need to grab hold of that midfield. I think we need Carrick taking the ball off the back 4. I'll probably sacrifice Schneiderlin. I wouldn't be taking Rashford off because I think a chance he'll score. I think Mata could do more. That's the only change I'd make. I think that the team is playing so badly that it's not an overhaul of one position, it's an overhaul of the whole game and the whole tactics. And I think the one thing Carrick does, he doesn't shy away, he will take the ball off the back 4 and he will look to play a forward pass. I'd bring Carrick on. Stuart Martin saying question mark, but I think we need to get hold of this game and that's how I would do it. Some people are saying Memphis for Rashford. Memphis is too much of a risk. We've got to win this game. It's not about rolling the dice. We've got to win it. Zara?
I'd bring Borthwick Jackson on.
What, up front?
No. You know what I mean. I wouldn't replace Schneiderlin with Carrick, I don't think. I think I'd leave that how it is because I think the only way we're going to get through this match and score some goals is with some fast pace. And I think Carrick would slow it down for us. That's just my opinion. I know Carrick's got the experience behind us to guide us to a goal, but I'm sorry to say, but I know we do, but I don't know. I think the defence needs to be.
Yeah, no,
I
respect you.
It's so unpredictable.
I mean, I don't have a problem with Borthwick Jackson coming on for Rojo because Rojo's a bloody nightmare. But I just think we need to get hold of it. A lot of people are saying get Memphis on up front. Some people are saying put Rooney up front. I'd maybe put Rooney into number 10 and get Herrera taking the ball off the back four. What we need to do is, Schneidling's not the man to do it. We need to get the ball off the back four so that Smalling and Blind aren't coming out of position all the time. That's why Andy Carroll ended up running through one-on-one, because they're being forced to come forward because Schneidling won't take the ball off the back four, because that's not his game. We need to get Carrick or Herrera to take the ball off the back floor and start building from the back. And we're losing every second ball as well. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. But moving on to the bigger question of what's going to happen with Manchester United. We were talking about this before the game. Van Gaal staying for me, 100% Van Gaal staying, because the Renato Sanchez to Bayern Munich thing, same agent as Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho wanted Renato Sanchez when he was at Chelsea just before Christmas. So if Mourinho was coming to Man United, he would have said to the agent Mendes, who was the agent of Renato Sanchez, he said, I want him. Can we just hold on for a bit? And Mendes would have gone, yeah, let's just hold on for a bit. I reckon what's happened at the weekend is Mourinho and Mendes have said to United, make a bloody decision about whether you want Mourinho or not. And United have gone, well, we might get top four now and save a load of money. Yeah, we're not sure. And they've gone up yours, and Sanchez has gone to Bayern Munich, and we aren't getting Mourinho. That's what I think is going to happen. Regardless of whether we get top four or not, I don't think we're getting Mourinho now, and I think it's absolutely criminal. But what I hoped was going to happen tonight, after what those scummy West Ham fans did, is I thought, get behind the team, fans together, scumbags having a go at Man United, let's be up for it and let's win this game. And we've, again, as fans, been let down by the players and the management, because the tactics are rubbish, the application isn't there, and there's zero passion. And yet again, it's fans frustrated because you built up, you're frustrated. 11 of us could go and do better on that pitch than that lot, because there's just absolutely no desire on there. And Wayne Rooney is not a centre midfielder, and for the millionth time from me, he is not a captain. He should be doing far, far more. You could put Roy Keane on now in his 40s, and he'd sort that team out, even in his 40s. We need some bloody leadership. It's absolutely abysmal. But there we go.
It is abysmal. It is. This is ridiculous. I just can't get over this, the way that we just...
I'm not crying.
No, and what's worse is I can't see your video, so I'm just hearing things and thinking of how you'd react.
Ultra Gaming wants a shout out, there you go. Yeah.
There you go. And what else people saying?
Well, Nicholas has just said about Pochettino having lunch with Alex, Sir Alex, not Alex from the United Stand. Touch on that, Zara. You know what we think about the Pochettino thing. People are getting excited about that.
People shouldn't get excited about that, because Pochettino signed a deal with Spurs. How many years was it he signed the contract for? Do you know, Mark? Was it 3 years?
3 years, but it was about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago it happened. And then, what else are people saying? Martin Luther King, Mark, with the speeches.
Oh, I love it.
I know you love it.
I love talking about Manchester United because I'm passionate about it, and I think most Manchester United fans are, and I think that's why that's why we do the United Stand, but it's definitely why we do the watch-alongs, because it's absolutely live, watching the team that we love absolutely murder the shirt. I mean, if you're watching the chances back at the moment, there's no word of a lie. I don't know about that second goal that went in for West Ham, but the chance where Andy Carroll runs through, it's just brilliant keeping by De Gea, because Carroll aims at the feet and De Gea knows what he's doing because he's absolutely superb with his feet. But should be 2-0 at least to West Ham. They've had the chances. There was the one where it bobbled up for Payet. We haven't had a shot on goal. This is the whole problem. We haven't had a shot on goal. West Ham have had about 4 that I can think of. They've had a few other shots as well, but they've had 4 good chances. It's only 1-0. We should be... we can still get back into this game. But a draw...
You know what we need to do? We need to just stay positive, okay?
Yeah, a draw's not a disaster. I said that at the start of the half. I still think we can win this. I still think they need to come out and say some passion. But if we draw this game, we are 1 point behind... No, I don't know. Are we? I get confused. If we're 2 points behind them at the moment, aren't we? We're 2 points behind City at the moment. So if we draw, we'll be a point behind them. So that's fine, because as long as we're fine. If we draw, we'll be a point behind City. I don't think they'll beat Swansea, and then we'll beat Bournemouth. So a draw's not a disaster. We want to win. We need to win, but a draw is not a disaster. If we lose, we're screwed, because City can even draw with Swansea. We could beat Bournemouth, same points, but their goal difference, as we know, is way, way better. Lewis Smith, totally agree with you getting Carrick on. bring Fergie back, love you. Well, you know what? I said this at Christmas. I said at Christmas, why not give the job to Giggs with Sir Alex Ferguson next to him? I'm sure he would have done it. He would have done it. But we all know he should have been sacked at Christmas. And if we don't get top 4 from this situation, he should be sacked on the minute the Bournemouth game is over and we haven't got top 4, because he should be sacked. Because, in fact, if we lose tonight, top 4's gone, isn't it? We know that. He should be sacked tomorrow morning, because it is absolutely ridiculous. We don't deserve top 4. We don't deserve it. City have handed it up on a plate, and to have it handed up on a plate and then to not eat it is disgraceful. And there's a lot of negativity on there. Bring Fellaini on, says Jake Jones. But Jordan Curley says, Zara, can you say something to him because he's sad? And he hasn't got a girlfriend. Oh, God, I don't like where that's
at. What are you saying? Stop it.
Carrick is coming on, Mark, says Dr. Chunky Biscuit. Totally agree with that. I do agree with that. As a football man, I think it's good, and I think we do need to do that. The draw means Europa League, yeah. I think we're stuck with Van Gaal. Whatever happens, I don't think Merino's going to happen now. I think the Sanchez thing is obvious. That people talking about transfer targets for the summer, Zara. I know what I think about that. What do you think?
I just think people are going to be aiming high as hell as to who we're going to get in the summer, and I just think that's not going to happen now with LVG staying. Because I do think LVG is going to stay to people who've only just tuned in before and didn't hear what I said. But after what's happened with Renato Sanchez, LVG is staying for another year, and that's final. LVG even came out and said that. Fair play to him, he said that he's staying. So I think summer transfer targets are going to have to be not as extreme or as high as that we'd want, which is an absolute shame. And what else are people saying?
Well, I'll just jump in on that. I mean, Ed Woodward, when it comes to transfers, it's like trying to light a match in a swimming pool. He's awful at it. But it's going to be really difficult this year, because everybody, if Manchester United fans know we play crap football and we don't want Lou Van Gaal, what do you think people outside of Manchester think? They're going to be very, very acutely aware of that. We will struggle to get players. And that's the disappointment with Renato Sanchez, because I thought we would get him, because at least he's like an 18-year-old young player who would, and that's what Van Gaal sort of does. If we can't even get these young players now, we have got no chance of getting the likes of Kroos, Griezmann. Ibrahimovic will not come to and play for Van Gaal. That's never happening. We're going to really struggle. What line have you never heard before, Zara?
I've never heard it before.
Mahrez,
I was talking about Trump.
I think John Stones would be a decent signing for Manchester United. I know I'll get shot down for this, but he'll only be a decent signing for Manchester United if we get Jose Mourinho, because Jose Mourinho knows how to sort defenders out. Van Gaal doesn't. And don't start saying he sorted Smalling out. He hasn't. Smalling has become a good defender because he stopped getting the injuries like Phil Jones does, and he started playing every week. That's what happened with Smalling. You're not as peng as me, apparently, Zara.
Oh. Well, that is true. You are very peng, Mark.
There's a lot of fans are getting really angry. Second half, let's just see what happens. I'm on the foot's on the pedal at the moment. I'll take it off if we do. Michael Carrick, the former West Ham midfielder, is stripped and warming up, ready to come on. That's what we want. I'll be interested to see who he's coming on for. I just tweeted that out. We need Carrick to come on. I said it straight away. People say I don't know what I'm on about. I don't like to blow my own trumpet, as many regulars will know. But I did say get Carrick on, and because we need to get hold of the game. We need to get hold of the game. This is our cup final. 45 minutes. We've got to win this game. Let's go for it. Don't ever leave. As Sir Alex Ferguson said at half time against Bayern Munich in 1999, at half time, his main sentence was, walk past that trophy and look at it, because you'll be walking past it again at 90 minutes. This is your 45 minutes to get that trophy, and you might never ever get a chance again. It sickens me that we're going for the 4th place trophy, but we've got to go for it. And there's no excuses when your destiny is in your own hands, and this is in our own hands for the first time this season. Manchester City have been in a Champions League position from week 1 of the Premier League, and we can knock them out in the last week of it, and we've got to do that. It's a massive opportunity.
We have to.
It absolutely sickens me that Van Gaal is not that sort of manager, because that is exactly what they need. I'd go and do it for free. Loads of you would go and do it for free. They need somebody in that dressing room saying exactly what we're saying now. Don't leave anything behind. You've just been absolutely mugged off in that bus. You get out on that pitch and you show what this shirt's about, and you fight for this bloody shirt and the fans who absolutely worship this club. And if you don't like that, I'll take you off and let's see what happens. But I'd probably have to sub them all, though. That's the problem. Dave Parker's right.
Manchester United should hire you.
Dave Parker is right. I think the players are starting to get on my absolute nerves now. Van Gaal, I was a Van Gaal out at Christmas, but the players do sort of have to take a look at themselves now. And Bona says we look a bit stunned tonight. And I know there's the excuse of the bus being attacked, but when you've seen the video of the bus being attacked, you'll have a little bit less sympathy for some of those players, especially Jesse Lingard. Get him on. He looks well happy. He's buzzing on the bus. He's having a right old laugh.
Yeah.
Get him on. He loves it. He'll score a hat trick.
Idling off. You were right.
Spot on. Back of the net.
Slam dunk.
I tell you, if I get this right, people can go on about, well, I'll go to the under-21s. This is a great player. This is a great player. I do it for the first team. It's got to work. It's got to work first. Carrick will probably give a penalty away, but no, I'm happier. I'm happier that that's been made. I'm disappointed with Schneiderlin. I think let's not hang Schneiderlin out to dry. He's got a manager who is destroys much better players than Schneiderlin, so it's not Schneiderlin's fault. He's probably just having an absolute nightmare under a manager who's so restrictive. But
having a bit of mare.
He's having a mare. But we've got to get up for this now. We've got a free kick in the first half.
Oh. Rashford. What happened there?
Was
he trying to do an Ashley Young?
We could burn these not bummers. We could burn these, what are they called? Hammers. We could just blow them away. I love that. That's my line if we win. We're gonna blow them away second half.
You are coming up with these lines today, aren't you, Mark?
It's all natural.
Oh, is it? Is it all natural? Natural talent. Born with it.
Oh, I have started the match time second half. I haven't done that.
Oh, you're on a roll, Mark.
I don't know. I've even done it. I updated the score as well the minute West Ham scored. But it's a free kick for Rooney. Decent cross. It's into a good area. West Ham winning the first ball again. Carrick's rubbish pass. I'm only joking. Michael Carrick, brilliant. Absolutely love him. But
he's your man crush.
Daniel. No, Scholes is Carrick is like a crap man Scholes, but he's still good.
Yeah. People say, I've noticed this, people saying we need to get Januzaj on. What do you think? I
don't agree with that, because I just think, Januzaj has been rubbish in the whole of Louis van Gaal's tenure. He was good for Moyes, but that's 2 years ago now. And when you're going for top four, do you want to just hang in there and hope that you trusted people who've actually done... I know they've not been great this season, but they've done okay. Mata, Rashford, Martial. Do you stick with those players who've actually done it for you? Or do you take a massive gamble on the likes of Memphis and Januzaj, who've had numerous chances and haven't done it? I'm not saying they haven't done it because, like Schneiderlin, I think they're confused by a bad manager, but I don't think we can... I think it'd be a massive risk to chuck them players on at this stage of the game. I think give this lot at least 20 minutes and see what happens, because Memphis and Januzaj, if they did what they normally do, they're not going to do anything. I'd love them to come on and do something, but I think it's too much of a risk this early in the half, and I think we've got to give those players out there a bit more of a chance. And I'm glad they didn't take Rashford off. That did worry me, but we've got to hang in there and not let the second goal in, because I think the second goal would kill us. But Rojo's done quite well there, but then we lose the second ball again. Herrera with a misplaced pass. That was a good tackle by Rojo. It was a good tackle. It was a ball and then the man.
Come on, Martial's going for it. He's wanting some options.
But we are pushing players forward now, and I think if we do that, then we will cause problems. Corner. Yeah, corner. I think we were sort of shouting for a handball there, but it's a corner. West Ham are good, says Stupid Tutorials. They have had a good season, but they did get beaten 4-1 at the weekend. Their heads are down because they've blown their chance. I mean, if they'd beaten Swansea at the weekend, and they'd beaten us tonight like they are at the moment, they'd be fourth. And, so their heads are down a little bit. It's only because it's the last game at Upton Park, if nobody'd heard. KG5653 still thinks there's a red card in it. I don't know. Don't think it really bubbled up in the first half like I thought it was going to do. Someone just said there that Memphis will be at Liverpool next season.
I know, I just read the whole.
We don't sell to Liverpool anyway. I mean, Gabriel Hines wanted to go to Liverpool and we just don't sell him. Rooney did quite well.
Thank you, Keelan Johnson said he loves the United stand.
Yep. Tell your friends. Spread the word. Haven't you heard? Zara, a fan of me, says Jordan. Language, Bilic, legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it does actually make me sick that, you see Bilic up on the side orchestrating the fans and his players and well, I've said it so many times. You know what I mean, though. You just don't see. Oh, Van Halen. I think Van Halen stood up there. Somebody stood up from United, and no, Van Hal's in a suit though, isn't he? They were in a tracksuit.
Yeah. The day we see Van Gaal in the tracksuit, full on tracksuit. Hashtag Mark for manager Scorpion 1129 game insane.
I probably could do a better job than him.
What else are people saying? Football Physics has put we'll get top 4 but get spanked in the group stage next season. What else are people saying? Yeah, to Thomas Dodd, who did Carrick come on for? He came on for Schneiderlin.
Yeah.
Schneiderlin got took off at half time.
Yeah. Come on, you irons, says Champy. Is that your nickname for West Ham? I don't know. I don't believe it, says Ishbar Gaming. That was a rubbish attempt at 1 foot in the grave. But we're on the attack here. Mata could have gone down. He doesn't go down. It's 1-1. Marshall, get in. Yes! Get in.
Come on. Come on, lad. This is what I'm talking about.
Told you. Just hang in there, and everything will be all right. And the United fans are going crazy. I've sort of caught me out a little bit, but he's always there. Matt, that's what we did. We caught them out. Come on.
This is brilliant. This is what we needed. They certainly got a bollocking in that dressing room. This is fantastic. See, Matt, you were right again.
Carrick's the difference, but it wasn't Carrick. It was a long ball from De Gea. Rashford feeds Mata. Mata could have actually gone down. Crosses it. Rooney's behind Marshall anyway. We would have scored, but we were going to score anyway. That's the main thing. But absolutely superb. Just what we needed. And De Gea and Van Gaal is up off his bottom because we are 1-1. Now it's game on.
This is game on. I'm excited. Come on, Marshall's going to be in form and everything now. He is going to be insanely spurred on. Spirits are high. We've got this. We can do this. Maybe your 3-1 prediction is right, Mark. I think West Ham are capable of falling apart, and I've said that all along. Really do. I think we can. The game will come towards us now. We'll take so much confidence from that. 1-0 is just not. It's never any score if you can get back to 1-1. The next goal is always crucial, and the confidence will be with us now. I mean, West Ham will still keep having a go because obviously it is their last game, but. It was a good goal, and Mata again. People are saying should we bring Memphis or Yannisai on? Stick with them. Mata has actually been doing quite well the last couple of games, especially. And Rashford fed Mata. Mata took his man on. Cross. Marshall is not going to miss from there. So good. Very happy. 1-0. 1-1. Shit, have you changed the score? Yeah. I tried to tell you before, but you were on a roll. With your passionate speaking, Martin Luther King style.
We just need to change. I've changed the score. Don't worry. We just need to take our time now. We need to take our time. A draw, as some of you are saying there, isn't the end of the world, but a win, and that's 4th place done.
Oh my! I'm so happy.
Well, yeah, and so you should be. You were getting too stressed. Football's a funny old game, and
it can change any minute of the day, and it's changed just at the right time.
Van Gaal was up there. He was up. He was stood next to Bilic.
He was up. Oh my God, have we awakened the beast?
West Ham, there's a few West Ham fans on there, not very happy now. That's football. That's football, folks. but we're winning a lot of the second balls now. And the only thing is that if this wasn't West Ham's last game at Upton Park, then I think their heads would drop a little bit more. But they're all. It is like a. It won't be a draw, is what I'm going to say, because although a draw wouldn't be bad for us, West Ham won't want a draw, which I think is going to play into our hands. I think we're going to win this now, as I've been saying for a long time. Just needed to show a bit of desire. Carrick's come on, just totally changed the midfield. Totally changed the midfield. Oh, God, Poyet.
Come on, get out of there.
Oh, God, side netting.
Oh, my.
It hit the net and I thought it was in.
Oh.
Carroll winning the ball and the ball against Smalling and the second ball, and it just falls out to Payet on the edge of the box, and it's virtually, it is moving, but it's perfect for him to hit. De Gea had it covered, I think, anyway, so we're all right with that. United will be the death of me, says Harry McGloin. Mark, do you think we'll win now? Yes, I do. Poyet so close. West Ham are the best, says Pro Hype. It's 1-1 at the moment, and we're doing quite well too. Draw is bad. City have better goal difference. Draw isn't bad. The goal difference will only come into it if we lose. We can't finish on the same points as City unless we lose today, beat Bournemouth, and City draw with Swansea. If we draw and then beat Bournemouth and City draw, we'll finish above them on points, or if City win, they'll finish above us. So goal difference won't come into it unless we lose and then City draw the last one. So, and I don't think City will beat Swansea anyway. So a draw isn't awful for us. I think we're going to win it.
I think we are now.
Felix says Fellaini would be superb now. No, don't need him. It's 1-1. Doing all right. It's not. Marco says it's my birthday. It's not my birthday. I don't know what's gone on Facebook, but it's flashed up that it's my birthday.
I know. I don't understand.
Yeah, it isn't my birthday. It was last month.
Yes, it was.
Well done, Smalling. I'm 100% 1-1 full time, says Ishmael. No, it's not. It's not. There's goals in this.
Jay Savage put, Zara, I'm outside your door. Please open.
The danger in this game, the worst thing that can happen for us is obviously we want to score and win 2-1. The worst thing that can happen for us. Oh God!
No.
No, it's not a goal. Don't worry, it's not a goal. Just not bad marking, and it sort of bounced, and he headed it in the 6-yard box, but he headed it over. The worst thing that can happen,
cool.
I think we tried to play half time. The worst thing that can happen for us is that we score probably in the next 10 minutes and then we'll sit back. We don't want to do that. Yeah. We don't want to do that. We want to. United aren't a team that goes 2-1 in front and then goes for the third goal under Van Gaal. So I'd like us to score probably with about 5 minutes to go, so they can't do anything about it.
I know. That's what I want as well.
Because if we sit back against West Ham, because of the way they play and the way they put the long ball in there, they will get chances, and we don't want that.
Yeah. Divyam Dangid, sorry for pronouncing your name wrong, but it's my birthday, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Draughty Devils just mentioned that it was his birthday yesterday. You had plenty of birthday shouts out yesterday.
It was Alex.
So you can be
Alex's birthday. It's Alex's birthday today.
Yes, it is. Happy birthday, Alex.
He won't be watching.
No.
I
hope he's watching the match at a pub.
Oh, free kick, and Martial might have hurt himself there, actually. I think he'll be alright. He's booking Martial for that. God.
What? Oh, come on. Let's have a look at this.
He did trip in, but it's not, I hate it when strikers get booked because there's never any maliciousness in it. And he's hobbling a bit, but hopefully it's just a knock and nothing too serious, because if he goes off, that's problems.
You're a strong man, Martial.
Pay it with the cross to Gea. That's what he's got to do. Command his box, and he did. Good keeping by De Gea.
That person love you's asking you, Mark, it's my birthday tomorrow. Can you say happy birthday to me? It would mean loads.
Who? What's the name?
Love you.
Love you. Happy birthday to tomorrow. Love you. A bit worried. West Ham are starting to get back in this game now, and Andy Carroll's just skinned Valencia, which is never a good thing.
That's never a good thing.
This is the problem, though. It's because West Ham would be down, but because their crowd are so up for it, they're going to be up for it to the 90th minute, no matter what. They don't really seem to have been hit by the goal like a side normally would be, which is a bit not only frustrating but annoying. That's a goal kick. That's a corner. Is it a corner? Yeah. No, it is a corner. Shit. Ah, God. Well, I've been swearing a lot anyway. So.
Yeah, you have been. You can just carry on, lad. Carry on.
Aaron Walls is a West Ham fan. I don't mind fans of other clubs coming on, as long as it's not abusive.
Yes.
I tell you what, our defence is having to work really hard at the moment because they are chucking decent balls in, and Andy Carroll is a handful.
Yes.
I don't think it's going to end a draw. I don't think it's going to end a draw, but it's not the end of the world if it does. City would have to go and beat Swansea, and
I think City will lose to Swansea.
Yeah, and we will beat Bournemouth at home. You know that'll happen. No matter how bad we play at home, the Old Trafford crowd will make us beat Bournemouth, even if it's a lucky deflection off Rooney's wig. We will beat Bournemouth at home. We all know that's going to be 3 points. So at the moment, I'm happy, but I think we've got to go and win it, and we will win it. We will win it. I'm confident because that's what's going to happen.
What else is going on in these comments? What people are saying? I think we're getting a lot of birthday things in now, Mark. Lewis Collins, it's my birthday today. Happy birthday. Dorothy, please shut up. Foxy Loxy is not my Instagram account. What else is there? We only have Smalling for the height Kenny sees put. Do you agree with that, Mark? I don't. I'd say he is a great defensive, but it's not just height.
I think Smalling's the best defender in England. Just name me a better one.
Yeah.
And Premier League. I'm not talking. Oh, Blind, bit of a mistake. We should get back though.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
He redeemed himself the ish.
It's just got to stop the crosses coming into the box. That's the problem because that's where West
That's
Ham's
the danger.
strength is. But we've done all right there. We've sort of forced them back. Do you think Lou Van Gaal will stay? Says Bomboy Bass. We were talking about it before. He's definitely staying. I think that Renato Sanchez deal, whether you're disappointed about him going, which I am, I think the most telling thing about that deal is that we're not getting Marino because they've got the same agent, and Marino wanted Renato Sanchez. So there's just no way that would have happened. Rashford looks like he might have a bit of cramp, which is never good, but you never know. It could be a free kick there for Herrera. He'll go in the book. It could be that I did say this morning actually on Twitter. I said put it out as a poll. I said didn't think Martial was going to play, so I said this game could be Memphis's whole career in one game because we need to win tonight, and if he didn't turn up, I think a lot of United fans would turn their back on him because we would need him to step up. Fortunately, Martial was fit, but if he came on, what an opportunity to. I think a lot of fans, if we win tonight, will forget a lot of the badness this season around like a Champions League group that was very easy that we didn't get through, the 2 Europa games against Liverpool where we went out with a whimper, the games we lost in December that were unforgivable. I think they'll all get forgotten because we've been handed 4th place on a plate that we don't deserve. But obviously we're not going to not take it. But Memphis could right a lot of wrongs by coming on and winning us this game. That's what it is. I think this is more of a cup final than the FA Cup, which I can't wait for. But it will mean very little now if we mess this up.
Oh my God! They're giving me heart attacks.
I think the FA Cup won't mean that much sorrow if we mess this up. And if City had won at the weekend and they'd never given us a sniff, then we can't really complain about it. But to have it in our hands as we've got it in our hands now and blow it would be completely unforgivable, I think. That's why I don't think it'll happen. But we are defending a lot at the moment, and when you look at the balance of play, I don't think I'm wrong to say we've only had the one shot on goal. Fortunately, it was an open goal and we scored it, but. Memphis is rubbish this season, says Roy 123. Yeah, he is. I mean, I suppose that's the shocking thing about Van Gaal is that for all the money he's spent, and I appreciate it isn't 250 million when you look at the net spend, but when you look at the players he's got rid of to make it a net spend of not 250 million, your likes of Hernandez, Robin van Persie, how much would we love to have Hernandez or Robin van Persie now? Even if they were on the bench, it'd be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be on the bench; they'd be playing, wouldn't they? Because Rashford shouldn't be being relied on every week, as good as he potentially is. But how great it would be to have a Van Persie or a Hernandez or even a Welbeck, because we don't actually have anybody on the bench we can throw up front at the moment. And that's the shocking thing about all the money and time he's had, is that our bench actually is pretty poor. And the only people who are out injured are Luke Shaw. It's not like we've got loads of injuries at the moment. The players we are missing wouldn't make that much of a difference anyway. There was a bit of a dive by West Ham there, and it could be very costly. Rashford, he's got loads of players around him. Rooney on the edge of the box, and goes wide to Valencia, as he always does. But Valencia's crossing hasn't been that bad today, and Herrera's starting to come into the game a lot more, but he's lost the ball there. Mata should be crossing that. He's good on his left foot. Finds Rooney, should play it along.
He's running though. Matt's running. He wanted that there.
Ooh,
he's telling you.
Nearly got that through.
Oh, really?
We are starting to just have a bit of play ourselves now, which is what we want to have. Carrick's fed it wide to Martial there. Be a free kick if not. Yeah. This is what we want. We're running towards the box. Mata.
Come on,
Lovely little ball. This should be two. Why didn't you shoot? Oh.
What? Oh my god.
Mata feeds Rashford, and all he's got to do is swing his left foot at it, and he does a little back heel, and it sort of goes wide. But I don't know why he doesn't. I'm just watching it back now. Mata, Rashford's onside. Swing your left foot at it. No, he does something weird. Don't know what he's doing there. I suppose it would have been brilliant if it worked.
It's a waste of a chance, that.
I think he was trying to find Herrera, wasn't he? But he should have shot.
Yeah. He should have had a bit more confidence in himself and just went for it.
Oh, we don't have enough shots. Mark, what do you find appealing about young boys?
Oh my god, don't read out comments like that.
I've never watched them. That's the Swiss football team, innit? We have to buy a striker like Slimani. Never heard of him. What team does he support? West Ham or mine? I'm surprised no bottles have been thrown. The girls like Man U, but they are suck. Oh god. I sometimes start reading things and I wish I hadn't.
Yeah.
Kabir would rather watch the woman in the bigger screen, no offence. I wonder why. Just watching some West Ham fans singing there, and they had their hands up in the air, and I was very worried for a moment that they were going to drop them down and start doing plain things, which we definitely don't want to see. I think this game is very evenly poised though, and I just don't, obviously for obvious reasons, I don't want Manchester United to concede a goal, because I don't know whether we would have enough time to get back into it. I still think if we scored, West Ham would just lay siege to our goal. But give us your thoughts on the game. Give us your thoughts on the game. What you think? How you think? Are you feeling better? You see,
attack, people are saying.
Ron's bigging up the Carrick thing. Mark, sing with me. You see, it's obviously not. You're obviously not that excited about the game so far, because
you can always sing a bit of Tom Jones.
I'm not singing anything unless we win. Payet's corner. They can actually do corners off the line by Valencia. It wasn't, Martial, sorry, on the line.
Yeah,
Andy Carroll header. It wasn't. It was quite far out when he headed it. But if you're on the line, you would stop that. So it's nothing to write home about, but a bit of a concern, because we need to stop giving corners and crosses away, because that's where West Ham's threat is. And we've just given a soft free kick away, Herrera, who I don't think's actually had a very good game tonight. And I'm a big fan of his, but
I'm a big fan of Herrera too. He's been quite quiet. Herrera's usually quite impactful on a good day.
I'm interested to see what you think he's going to do, Zara. 20 minutes left. Do you think he's going to? Do you think he'll go for it, or do you think he'll think maybe a draw and rely on Swansea, which I don't really like the thought of, because we're relying on others again.
Yeah, I hate relying on others.
But then if you go for it, we are the away side, and if you lose, I think we're in top four's gone. So a draw's not a disaster, but it means City have got to win at Swansea, which I don't think they will. But obviously we know if we win,
I think players like Rashford, Mata and Martial, you can tell with the way they're going that they really want another goal.
I tell you what,
So I think that
West Ham are getting a little bit tasty now, and that red card that people were talking about could happen. Mark Noble just went in for a tackle on Valencia, and if he'd actually got there, I think Blind's just done fantastically well against Andy Carroll. Oh, it will get booked for that. Absolutely horrific tackle by Carroll. He might even get a red. Yellow. That should have been a red. You could see it coming every day of the week. Chased him back. Disgusting.
getting feisty this match.
I thought that was a red. Give us your thoughts. Filthy and premeditated.
Yes, it was.
But they're obviously... There was a tackle just before that on Valencia by Blind, and Valencia's going to get booked now. And he's giving 2 free kicks now. He's going to book Herrera and Valencia. Absolutely joke, because I was just literally tweeting out there. There was a tackle on Valencia about 2 minutes before the Carroll one, and he went absolutely through him, Noble, but Valencia stayed on his feet. Then Carroll does it on Blind. It should be a red for me because it's premeditated. And then he just gone and booked Herrera and Valencia in the same bloody thing for 2 soft fouls. Rubbish. And the free kicks in pay.
Terrible refereeing. Oh God.
Makes me sick. I mean, De Gea's not happy because it's a free kick for Payet, but he won't. De Gea's not going to get beaten twice in one season by Payet. You know, this is the best keeper in the world. It doesn't matter how good his free kicks are. He's not going to beat De Gea, so don't worry about it. But I'm furious with the referee. It should be a red card for Andy Carroll. It is getting a bit feisty, which plays into West Ham's hands because we were doing quite well naturally within the laws of the game, getting hold of the game. We're not a passionate side, unfortunately. It makes me sick to say that. But it's starting to get feisty now, and West Ham will be more up for it than us, and that's not what we want.
Come on, Spanish Dave. Save the day. Save it.
No, way over the bar. I told you I wouldn't score.
Oh, thank God for that. Still is a little bit nerve-wracking. Well,
it's curtains if they score from this point, I think. Mike Dean is a toss spot, says Bernard Ryan. 100% believe that. Poor referee. Oh no, Herrera wasn't booked. I thought he did. I thought he pulled one out for him and then went back to Valencia, but maybe I was wrong. Yeah. But I thought the Andy Carroll one was absolutely horrific on Blind. I mean, he could have injured him. He was nowhere near the ball, and he went through him. And just because it's not 2-footed doesn't mean it's not a bad tackle. Absolutely, 100%. I thought that was a red card. It's premeditated. Starting to get a bit tense.
Football Physics said referees are bribed, Mark.
No comments on that. I think referees play to the home crowd a lot. Good play by Rooney there. We've got him on the break here. Give it to Martial. He's one-on-one. He's not one-on-one. He's got his man one-on-one. And I think he's done him for pace. He's cut through. It's 2! It's 2-1!
Yeah!
What a goal!
Yes,
what an absolute brilliant goal! 2-1. Well, it's not game over, but that is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Exactly
Pause as I'll go to Twitter. But it was Rooney who made it. Rooney makes it. He gets through the midfield. We get Martial one-on-one. Martial again, and 2-1.
Yeah. Martial's going to be the last man to score at Upton Park. That is fantastic. Oh, that's what we needed. At the moment, Paul's prediction's looking right, 2-1.
Could still be 4. Could still be 4.
Could still be. Come on. They're fighting. You can see them fighting for it.
It's just...
Thank God for Martial.
It's poor goalkeeping, but I don't really give a damn. But it's... The key was they've got the right back, one-on-one with Martial, and he's going to do him every time. That's what Martial will do.
Oh, De Gea's passion there is fantastic.
Van Gaal's going absolutely mad. He's going to be happy. He knows he's got a job next year no matter what. So I don't want to look at Van. I told myself I wouldn't look at Van Gaal on anything today because I absolutely hate the cretin. But absolutely ecstatic that Man United are winning. And what a difference Martial makes. If he'd have been injured, would we?
I was just going to say that if Martial would have been injured today, we wouldn't have. I don't think we would have had as strong of a chance. It would have been very slim, the chance we would have had. Martial's he's so consistent. I mean, his consistency is fantastic. It's what we need.
Man City will be absolutely bricking it now.
Did you change the score, by the way, Mark?
No, I'll do it now.
Okay. Just reminding you. Oh, I'm becoming very happy all of a sudden.
Told you, you just gotta hang in there. It's alright, I'm just texting somebody who was like, "Oh, we're not gonna win." I said, "I told you so. I knew it." We need. I tell you what, I'd love a third goal because I think West Ham. There's still good 20 minutes left in this game, and they will lay siege to it. And Van Hal there actually looks like he's actually listening to Ryan Giggs for the first time in his life.
No.
Two-man team, says Ravensclaw. Marshall and Dave, yeah, absolutely 100% agree with that. I do think that. I think when Marshall plays, it's like, oh shit, I've changed it to West Ham 2-1. It's not West Ham 2-1. Sorry, apologies. Sack the scoreboard. Well spotted. Herrera has been booked now. He wasn't booked before. Yeah, I say that quite a lot about United. Watch them obviously every game, and we are so reliant on Anthony Martial. But having said that, aren't Real Madrid reliant on Real Madrid?
You've done it the wrong way, the score.
I haven't. I've changed it back now.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just checking.
Aren't Real Madrid reliant on Ronaldo? Aren't Barcelona reliant on Messi? You know, I ain't got a problem with us being over reliant on Martial. What I do have a problem with is the football's boring. We need to create more chances, but that's not going to happen under Lee Van Gaal. But we want to win this game for reasons beyond the obvious, and that is because West Ham are a bunch of scummy fans, are a bunch of scum, and they don't deserve anything out of this game today. And Payet's never going to beat De Gea from there, so let him shoot every day of the week. I'm just, West Ham, you're going to lose.
Oh, for God's sake. No. 2-2. This is ridiculous. Why on earth have they let that happen? They actually equalised.
Just don't tell me it's Rojo. Just don't tell me it's Rojo.
I'm trying to have a look.
It's not Rojo.
So, play it past Rojo.
It's Valencia.
Yeah. Oh, why let them go like that?
What did I say just before that?
This is horrible. This is horrible. Why do we do this?
I'm going to be harsh and say, it's shocking defended by Valencia, and that's what happens when you play a winger at fullback. At some point during the season, they're going to cost you goals. We go again. Let's see the positive in this. I told you there was going to be loads of goals in it. The reality is that I said scoring on the 70-minute mark or with 20 minutes to go was too soon. Let's get another goal now in the next 10 minutes and don't give them a chance to get back into it. Feed Marshall and we'll win it. Feed him. If we could see that goal coming a mile off. Get him one-on-one with their fullback. Feed Marshall. All we got to do. The rest will take care of itself. But it's tense. Even I'm getting tense now.
Yes, it is very tense.
Just, I do message people during the game, and the Draughty Devil is just sending me through images for the match reaction, and he hadn't gone as high as 2-2, so I've got a new one now. But I said, don't hold off there. Hopefully, I'll need another one. Hopefully, he says. I've gone uncharacteristically quiet because I am starting to feel quite tense now. I didn't expect them to equalise so soon, and I just don't know which way this game's going to go. Because yes, we need to win it, but West Ham will want to win it as well. So that means neither team's going to sit back, which means it's going to be quite a tense finish to this game. And I haven't got a bloody clue which way it's going to go. But the most important thing is, I'm not going to say I'd take a draw now, because if we win it, I want it in our hands. But if we lose, we are in big trouble, and I do not want that to happen. And every time West Ham start coming forward and Andy Carroll gets near the box for a cross, it's not very nice to watch.
This is actually horrible.
10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go. What are you thinking in the comments section? This is where brave decisions are made. I'm going to go. I think we're going to win it. I'm not as confident.
You think we're going to win it?
I'm not as confident as I was in the FA Cup game. I was convinced we were going to win that, even though it was like late on. I was convinced we would win that, but you got to be confident in life, and
yeah, okay.
I just think because West Ham are going for it, we can catch them on the break. We've got the pace on the break. That's what we've got to do.
It's the only thing we can do. We've just got to keep going for it. We can't give up. If we give up, then we've just given them every opportunity in the book.
Oh God!
Oh, for God's sake! 3-2 to West Ham. Oh, that is horrible. Could this get any worse?
I tell you what. Now I would happily, obviously, take a draw, but I just despair at how. I just kept saying, stop giving silly free kicks away, and
yeah.
I mean it's Daley Blind this time, and De Gea's got no chance. But you let Payet put crosses in, and eventually he's going to put a decent cross in, and it is a decent cross. And it's just bad defending. Daley Blind, midfielder, playing. He's had a great season, but absolutely sickening. Sickening. And there's me just saying I think we're going to win it. And you know what? It makes me really angry because I hate West Ham, and I'm looking at their fans celebrating, and I'm looking at what they've done before this game. And now, it's just if he doesn't get the sack, which I don't think he's going to get the sack, I think that Renato Sanchez deal just tells us that we've snubbed Marino again. But unsnub him. Go and offer him the bloody world, because Marino doesn't lose a game like this. And Van Gaal to lose this game, when we've got it in our hands, to lose it is just absolutely embarrassing. You've got to go for it now. Lingard's coming on. Oh, good. Hopefully he'll let me put as much effort into this as he did in the bloody bus.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Zara, give us some words.
Some words here is unbelievable. It's so typical of Manchester United. That's what's horrible. It is so typical of us. Come on, we need to do something here. Oh my God. We need the fire back in us to just get some goals, but make sure that we don't concede any in the meantime. We're so lackadaisical the way that we just score and then we just let them have it in the bag.
I'm sorry, I apologise for being absolutely gutted, but
I'm gutted. It's horrible.
There's still time, and Anthony Martial's in here. He's offside. Oh God. Lingard's coming on for Herrera, probably 21. Is that Herrera? Yeah. He's not had a good game. I'm not gonna pretend. Oh God. Painful, absolutely painful. I feel really, really bad. Absolutely, just don't. You know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm going to do at full time. I'm just what gets me the most about this, and I'll always say what I think, but what gets me the most about this is we get into a position, it's in our hands. I'm not even talking about 2-1 ahead. We get into a position in this game where it's in our hands. We didn't turn up in the first half. We get to 2-1 because of the individual brilliance, and then we start giving silly free kicks away and letting West Ham do what they want to do. And I think it's absolutely unacceptable to mess this up when you've been handed it on a plate. Really do.
Oh God! We actually are. We're handing it him on a silver platter. This is actually horrible, and they keep saying it, but it is. I mean, exactly. Caden's put it's all down to Swansea. We're doing it again. We're leaving it to other teams.
We need Swansea to beat City and then us beat Bournemouth, because even if they get a draw, we'll finish with the same points. But their goal difference is so superior, and that will be even more sickening than anything, because it will just be so such a good summary of the problem under Van Gaal, is that the football's so negative. I just hope our heads haven't gone, and I hope we can just find something. But West Ham are playing like lions and we're playing like kittens, and that's, you're always going to struggle about that. And, what can I say?
Come on, do something. Lingard was ready for the ball then. They need to keep their heads up and look. Oh my God. Oh, it's actually, could this get any worse?
Look at that. I mean, I'm trying
We've
not to
awaited the West Ham fans.
get too down, but utterly spineless performance, really. Like somebody said, we're a two-man team. Is it 4-2?
Oh my God. No, it isn't. It was another free kick. They let loose to Payet again. Luckily, it was an off shot.
I mean, utterly, you take Martial and you take De Gea out of the equation. Absolutely spineless, and we don't deserve anything.
We don't. I mean, we just become lucky.
It is lucky. He jumps off the ground. He jumps off Van Gaal like he's won the bloody World Cup, and his whole what can be in his colouring book?
Coming on.
What can be in his colouring book?
Valencia. Januzaj's on and Valencia's off.
Comes in clutching his colouring book like he's masterminded something, and it's nothing to do with him. It's nothing to do with him at all. It's to do with with Martial's individual brilliance and the brilliance of a goalkeeper. And I just don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. We're going to have to play for a draw, aren't we? We're going to have to try and get a goal.
We actually are. We're going to have to get a goal
and try and play for a draw, because
do our absolute best and play for the draw. We'll have just a better off chance then.
But the thing is, as long as West Ham get men behind the ball, we can't put ball in. This is what I was scared about, is that like if we'd have been winning the game, then West Ham would do what we're trying to do now. But they have actually got players who they can put the ball in the box to. All West Ham have got to do when we get the ball now is make sure they don't get caught out by pace, which they won't do because they're in front. They don't need to play caution to the wind. And we haven't got anybody. I mean, this is where actually, if Fellaini didn't throw his elbows around all the time, he'd be useful to have.
Yeah, he would be. Yeah.
We're hanging on. I tell you what, I will be doing my live reaction straight afterwards, and I'm absolutely floored by it. I think we've had a long show. We were on so early because of the scummy West Ham fans, and I expected a different performance from this. And then yet again, you get the individual brilliance of Martial, and you're hoping against hope. Lingard's got the pace, but he just hasn't got the strength there, and we just haven't turned up. Herrera, who I really like, poor. Schneidlin, really, really bad. Rooney, not a midfielder, total waste of time actually, really. He did make the second goal with a good run, but he could be doing that in a number 10 position. And now West Ham are just standing offers. Because Rooney, he's on his left foot, he can't do much. Rojo can put a cross in, but who's going to win a cross? 3 West Ham.
Oh
Well,
my
the cross
God.
comes in and it's 2 West Ham defenders and their goalie going for the same ball. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. At least we should be seeing Van Gaal sacked in the morning tomorrow. No, he won't be sacked tomorrow, Dave, unfortunately, because it's...
We wish.
We can't sack him until it's mathematically impossible, can we? That's the problem.
Yeah. He won't go, though. He won't go at the end of the season. I'd be shocked and absolutely happy as heck if he went, but I just don't think that's happening.
Champ, my granny's better than Rooney. Rooney'd like your granny, Champ. Van Gaal sacked tomorrow, says Aslam. They're not going to be sacked tomorrow. They won't be sacked tomorrow. It just won't happen, unfortunately. That's not the way it's going to work because it won't be mathematically impossible for us to get top 4 then. That's what it's all about, top 4. And it won't be mathematically impossible. I think there's something in his contract anyway that allows him to stay. Not to stay, but we get a reduction in the payout. I just can't believe how we got 2-0 up and you expect they're going to have chances, but I just can't believe how we just let some really soft goals in, really soft.
Yeah.
All I can say is, all I'll do is, what I always do is, as a Manchester United fan myself, is apologise to you lot because it's not good. It's not good enough. We've had our bus pummeled. We've had 4th place absolutely handed to us on a plate, and we've ignored it and given it up. And that's how bad we are. We didn't even deserve to get 4th place, but then we get given it and we throw it away, and it's absolutely shocking. I will be doing my live match reaction straight after this. We'll kill this one more or less straight away. Go over to my live match reaction video, and the link is now in the video description. The video description now starts live match reaction stream. There's a link that's open now. Don't go to it yet because we'll still be on here for the last few minutes, but I will more or less go over to there straight away, which means I should probably throw over to Zara because it's her last few minutes before she's fired. Not really.
Oh yeah, before I'm fired. Yeah, here we go. What have we done wrong now?
I'm only joking. Give us your thoughts, Zara.
Diabolical. Typical United, as usual. We score and then we just let loose and we just concede more goals. It's just what we do. It's ridiculous. The players
one goal will do it.
They look hungry. Exactly. They look hungry, but they need to do it. But West Ham look hungry at the same time as well. It's just a fighting battle. Will they do it?
Still time. And that one goal would make such a difference. Whether we're going to get it, I don't know. But it would make a massive difference, obviously, because as things stand at the moment, if we lose this game, which we are losing at the moment, and there is only 2 minutes left, we will still be 2 points behind Manchester City, which means they can draw against Swansea, and even if we beat Bournemouth, we'll be on the same points, and our goal difference is rubbish. Effectively, if we don't get a goal in this and we lose to West Ham, we need Swansea to beat Man City, which any day of the week is a tall ask. I'm not saying it's not impossible, but to throw top 4 away when we had it on a plate, shambolic. What will happen tomorrow is there'll be massive shouts for Van Gaal to go, which I don't necessarily disagree with. He won't be getting sacked tomorrow. And what I fear the most is, and that's my theme, which I'll be talking a lot about in the match reaction, as well as this diabolical performance, is that I think a very telling thing happened today with Renato Sanchez, which I think is a massive sign that we've snubbed Mourinho. We might need to try and reignite that because... he's given a free kick to West Ham. The referee's been shocking. I must make a note of that. We've got to balance things. Ref definitely gets a note. I'm going to start cooling off and throwing to Zara now because I think we can more or less see the inevitable is going to happen.
This is ridiculous. It actually is. It actually is ridiculous.
There's no excuses though.
There isn't any excuses.
If Van Gaal will come on and use the van, as an excuse, and I don't think he can, because I just don't think, you know, to get in a winning position, having been so bad in the first half, to mess this up like we have done is absolutely shocking, and I just don't think there is that excuse that the bus affected us, because I just don't think it did.
I don't.
There's 20 seconds
I honestly
left,
don't know.
and we've not even. The thing is, as well, we've been 3-2 behind for about 10 minutes, and we've just not created a chance because we just don't know how to put the ball in the box.
It's just typical United as usual.
Go on, just put a decent ball in. Ugh.
Oh, this is horrible. It actually is horrible. What are you guys saying? Simon Collins has put Zara, this is 10 defeats, same as Moyes. What else?
Could be 4-2. Well done, Carrick.
Carrick did very well there. Kept his cool.
That's it, folks. It's finished 3-2. Zara, give us your last thoughts on the game.
Treacherous. They need to get their acts together, and when they go back on in that tunnel, they need to be told as to how on earth they could let that happen to our club.
Yeah, absolutely gutting. There is 1,300 of you watching at the moment, so if you could go to the first line of the video description, click the link on there. I'm going to be live probably in about 1 minute and 30. I've been keeping it down on the low down for the last few seconds. I'm going to explode on that link. I'll see you over there in a minute. Thanks everybody for watching. Absolutely disgusted, disappointed. Lots of things I want to say, but thanks for Zara to coming on. I'll be over on that link very, very shortly to absolutely let rip on the situation, not tonight, but Manchester United as well. I've kept it to myself a little bit this week, and that result more or less sums up where we are. But thanks very much for Zara to coming on, and we'll kill this broadcast and go over some of the other one.